Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. Back at you with a new video. Today is Friday, March 3rd, 2023, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App, $ORIONNWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got the Memphis Grizzlies versus the Denver Nuggets, number 2 versus number 1 in the West. Live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Like tip-off will be here in just a couple minutes. And surprisingly, the first game in the double dip, the Nets are going to beat the Celtics. They're up right now 113-104 with like 36, 7, 8 seconds left, which is kind of a shocker. You're not going to see Boston lose to a team like Brooklyn that often, especially at this, back end of the season. But sometimes when you have back-to-backs or you just have a shitty game at home, things happen. But I'm really excited for this matchup because this is going to be the last matchup of the year of the two best teams in the West. And what a better matchup on a Friday night to have the number 2 Memphis Grizzlies, right, 38-23, versus the number 1 in the West, Denver Nuggets, 44-19. So it could be these two teams facing each other in the Western Conference Finals, or we might have a Phoenix Suns taking one of these teams' spots. So we'll kind of have to see on how it goes. Odin Sun in the building. How are you? Man, you're the toys. I know that you like figures as much as me. And obviously I know things can get expensive, but I do appreciate you going out of your way and thinking of me and trying to get me a few. Sounds like you bought more for me than for yourself. But the things that you're showing me, since I've been so busy, I have not been able to research all the AEW toy line for the wrestlers. So I haven't seen anything, from series 1, series 2. I mean, I haven't seen anything. I mean, unless I see it on my Twitter timeline. I just been so busy. I haven't been able to go buy any of my own, I probably should have, but we don't have Toys R Us anymore. But even the Jericho and some of the ones that has the extra, gear, extra clothes, extra head, extra hands, extra whatever, belts, extra chairs. That stuff is cool to me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mind dropping, 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks for a figure if it's, something like that. So pretty sweet, man. I know you got some of yours. You got your Chiefs championship gear, and obviously you're going to be getting some more of those things. And I guess my stuff is going to be on the way. And thank you so much for, thinking of me, man. Appreciate you. Finley in the building. How are you? Candace is in here early. How are you? What's good? Sarah in the building. How are you? Let's get to 100 in donos. Let's do it. And this is going to be a pretty exciting game after this one concludes. Like I said, I've seen pretty much everyone that I've wanted to see, during these live streams. Yes, there's a few other teams. Like I haven't seen Phoenix with Durant yet. So I want to make sure I get a few of those in, which I know they'll nationally televise on ESPN or TNT. Blazers lost earlier today. It was just disgusting. We ended up being on the road and playing against the Hawks, which is a very winnable game, right? So when the Blazers have a very winnable game, what do? We lose by 18. 129-111. So I guess that's how it goes, but I'm still rocking the gear, and I got the jacket still on. But I am intrigued. It's not often that you're going to get matchups like this where you're going to get the top two teams in the East or the West play each other. And when they do, you should watch, to be able to kind of get a gauge. So this is the best thing on. Then we got XFL tomorrow. And then on Sunday, we have NASCAR. Chase Elliott, you did snowboarding. You fucked your leg up. Why? Now me and Sarah and all the other people that like Chase Elliott are like, okay, not only are you out for this race, hell, you might be out for a month or two. I need to see what kind of surgery you're having. I mean, there is no Chase Elliott championship now, more than likely. I mean, if he's gone for a month or less, maybe you can make up that ground. But, this is not looking good for anybody that's a Chase Elliott fan. And then now there'll probably be some stipulations with the Hendrick drivers, with him and Larson and a few of the others saying, you can't be doing that. You know what I mean? Unless you want to be like fucking Chase over here, they're going to make him an example and make him look bad. But I don't know, Chase. I mean, snowboarding, during the season, I get it. If you're doing it off season, what the fuck were you thinking, dude? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is horrible for the sport. I mean, they already have a hard time being able to gain new faces and new fans, even though they are marketing pretty good on Fox and FS1 and whatnot. But this is like one of the most popular driver. It's like if Jimmy Johnson, during his run, or Jeff Gordon would have been like, yeah, I went skiing and snowboarding and fucked my shit up. I mean, how do you think that would have played out back then? I mean, I know shit happens, but fuck, man. I mean, could it have been anybody but Chase? Like even Larson, I would have been pissed, but at least it wouldn't have been Chase. So I guess it is what it is. That broke today. Sarah let me know about that information because I think I was like doing something with Paisley, and then obviously me and Sarah and a few others were always on Twitter refreshing every like 5 fucking seconds. I'm on there like 12 hours a day. So, but unfortunate news there. 115-104. Brooklyn is about to escape with a win on the road, a rare win. It's not like Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are on this Brooklyn Nets team. Boston fans are like, we paid money for this on a Friday night? Brian in the building, how are you? Prayers up for you and your family. Mike in the building, how are you, man? I missed you. Horrible news about Chase Elliott, but I know, is the truck race on right now? I know that they sometimes, they do what, trucks? Is it Trucks Friday, Xfinity Series Saturday, and then NASCAR Cup Sunday? Is that correct? Because I was thinking maybe I can flip a screen and see what's going on, but good to have you in the room, bro. But I plan on doing NASCAR, and then I'll probably order AEW Revolution for the $50, and then we'll do that at night. I know, I might be the only one on the whole fucking channel that is going to order the fucking pay-per-view. I mean, there might be a few others, and there's going to be people that are looking for other people to watch it with. But I mean, normally that's going to be kind of a spendy thing, and donos have been, down. It's been a little bit of a struggle. We started to kind of get back into the groove, but it definitely has been a struggle in the last 3 months compared to what we were seeing for about a 6 or 7 month stretch. But sometimes, if they're only going to have, 4 pay-per-views a year, Bryan Danielson, MJF, even if MJF retains, 60-minute Iron Man match, it will be memorable. So for that match alone, it's probably going to be worth my money. So. Oh, nice. And then anyone that has any information on AEW, WWE, NFL Combine, baseball, Cactus League, NHL, whatever you guys want to be able to go over, just drop it in the chat. You guys obviously know we don't discuss just one thing, when we go through these games. So. Oh, okay. Anything big? I mean, I know some of y'all in the room follow NHL on a pretty regular basis. Anything big that surprised you? Yeah, we do. And like I said, even if you go back with the TJ Ward and the Patrick Chung, and, you go back when we had 2 corners and 2 safeties in the league at the same time, that's the best we've ever were. It was like Walter Thurman III, Patrick Chung, TJ Ward, and then we had one other. And there was 4 of them, and that was probably the best that we've been. But like I said, I already knew, Christian was going to be good. I know a lot of times, like, people are surprised. They're like, okay, we watched this Oregon team, but we don't really remember him getting showcased like Thibodeau from like the year before. And this guy might end up being, a number 8, number 9, number 10 pick, 11, 12. I mean, there's a good chance he'll be in the top 10, right at like 9 or 10. It just depends if whoever wants to pull the trigger. But it sounds like he's going to be the first corner off the board. And to be from Oregon, that's a pretty big deal. So, I mean, we just want to hope that he pans out, very similar to a Sauce Gardner or Tariq Woolen, or if he doesn't go first and he slides, then he goes to a really good team. And then he can really help out with that particular team if he slides a little bit. So he's nice, man. Like I said, I mean, when you live here and you go to games and, you're sitting close and, you're in the loop, it sounds like, I know he's kind of a lower name, but as we get closer to the draft, his name will pick up steam, and it's not going to be as recognizable maybe as a Kayvon Thibodeau, as like that guy at the top. But as far as a corner, if we didn't have all these quarterbacks at the top of the draft, there would be a chance where a player like that, Gonzalez, could even get closer to being top 5, top 6, if we didn't have all these quarterbacks that were going to be coming out. So he is a talented player, and I hope he pans out, regardless if he goes in the top 10 or if he slides a little bit. So Trucks is on? Okay, cool. So I think I might have to flip a little bit of on there as well and kind of take a peek. The links that I have, though, unfortunately, they don't allow or they don't provide NASCAR on the links. I'd actually have, I don't think. Yeah, it's like all NBA games, unfortunately. But I'm going to take a quick peek right now. Game is going to be on here in just a second, and I got some good photos for y'all too. Noticed one of my wires for one of my lamps on my lights is like, it's like, you know, like when you had those old Sega Genesis controllers and you can start to see the wiring like inside where it's like it got pulled down and then like you see like the little yellow, white, red, and you're like, fuck. And then you got to get the duct tape and like tape it up. I didn't do it yet, but I can tell when I move the wire, it's like it's on, it's off. I'm like, fuck, I haven't had these for that long, you know, maybe like a year or two. So now I got to be really careful with these. I mean, if I have to go buy another pair on Amazon, it's not that big of a deal, but I mean, I got to have the lighting. Otherwise I can't record. I mean, you got to be able to have that. So hopefully that ends up being okay. But yeah, I'm hoping that he can make a name for himself in the league. And Oregon players, like I said, you know, like at quarterback, just like Ohio State, you know, we're always going to be doubted, you know, that we can produce someone. But in the last couple years, rest in peace to Dwayne Haskins, you know, but you're getting guys now, even though Justin Fields hasn't really shown it yet. He doesn't really have a lot of talent there. Get him a true top 10 receiver. Justin Fields could probably be a top 12 quarterback in this league, maybe even top 10, you know, with the running ability and the throwing ability. So I'm not, you know, thinking that he's garbage. He could get better. And then obviously you got CJ Stroud, who looks like he could be the best Ohio State quarterback that they've had overall. It's getting better and better, you know, and it's like, I know we had Mariota, but when you saw Herbert, you know, bigger, stronger, physical, smart. I was like, this is the prototypical, like, you know, the Ben Roethlisberger, Phillip Rivers body size, but I think better. You know, it's like this guy could be better than those guys. And I mean, it just depends if he can actually get a coach that knows what the fuck he's doing and the defense that doesn't get hurt every fucking year, right? So. Yeah. True. And then it just looks for you have to interview, look at intangibles, you know, which one might be a better fit for the organization for sure. Yeah. And we're glad that you're here too. You know, anytime that people are going through the ups and the downs, like I said, I'll make sure we have a good stream and we'll have a good time reflecting the building, what to do. So I feel we're going to have a good stream tonight. And I got some amazing photos, you know, for y'all too. So when we end up calling the game, you know, some people like this to go to like the ESPN page and, you know, show the scoreboard that way or stats that are meaningless that they'll show on the TV anyways. I'd rather go the other route and just try to show some incredible candid photos, you know, or behind the scenes or just photos. This is when Ja Morant was chill. Remember when Ja was chill? He first came in the league. We knew he was going to be good, better than Zion. But as the hair got longer, right, the gangsta came out more in him. And then it got to this length. And now it's just like, I want to fight everyone. You know what I mean? But when he first came in, like, we respected you. You were damn good. We knew you were going to take over the league. You know, you were like a close thing to Lillard to me, except you could jump. You know, you had more bounce in your step, right? And then, you know, and then you got a little bit more, you know, chirpy, you know, and a little bit more chippy, which I don't mind. I know a lot of people hate this fucking guy and hate the team, but, you know, they did have to struggle a little bit, 8 seed, 6 seed, 5 seed to finally get here. I like him. You know what I mean? And sometimes you got to have that extra swag, but it probably doesn't help because you got this guy who never acted really this way at Oregon, which is really weird because I'm here in the Pacific Northwest. When he was here, right, he didn't act like a dickhead. He didn't act like a punk ass. You know what I mean? So I know a lot of times people are not happy with this behavior, but he's an amazing player, so that they let him kind of get away with it. But I guess if you're chirping and you're not really doing as well, then now you're going after Draymond and everything. So. And then obviously you got Desmond Bane there too. So we'll see what we get. And on the flip side, we got the Joker, Nikola Jokic. What can we get with you, Joker? You know, and every photo of Joker is like him just looking unathletic, either just standing there like this or screaming or, you know, and then you get the other guys like Jamal Murray. All right, he'll be posing and whatnot. So not a lot of action from the Joker. But, hey, don't let that kind of boring facade fool you. The guy is the man, 25.6 points per game, 12.6 rebounds, 10.5 assists. He's averaging in the last 3 months a triple-double. The guy can win MVP almost every year if they want to give it to him. But obviously you got to sprinkle in Giannis and a few others, right? We obviously know Embiid is great. There's a lot of great players in this league, but I am excited to be able to see what we get here. John Morant, 29 points per game, 48% from the field, 40% from deep, and 7 assists. Get that above 10, and then I think more people will respect the game. We know you're a scorer, you know what I mean? But there's no, for a lot of these guys, I mean, they are required to score, like Dame and John Morant. But it would be nice to be able to get the assists up. Like 3-4 less points per game, get it down to like 25 and 10 rather than maybe 29 and 7 or 6. I just feel the assists can be a little bit more impactful. So John Morant, Desmond Bane, Dylan Brooks, Jaren Jackson Jr., Xavier Tillman Sr., Jamal Murray, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and a few others. Let's go, baby. Michael Porter Jr. All right, let's go, baby. Odin, son. He says he wants to make sure this stream is a good one. $50 dono, even before tip-off. My man, thank you, man. And like I said, it's been challenging. We've had a rough 3 months, but I just have to keep the faith, and people like you really make shit happen, man. Thank you so much. Keep me posted on the truck race. Joker off the glass is good, and just like that, 2-0 Nuggets. God, he's good. So, I mean, he just makes it look easy. He's not flashy. He's like the European Tim Duncan. Kind of boring, but he gets everything done. Not with a whole lot of flash. The one part of his game that is flashy is his passing. I will give him that. He does have some Larry Bird-like passing ability at times. Not as good as Bird, but for his size, he'll give you a Bird pass once in a while, and that's pretty impressive. A lot of these European guys, they know what's up. Obviously, we remember with Germany and with Dirk and what he was able to bring to the game. Morant with the floater. No good. Rebound by the Joker. Brooks with a steal. Three is good. 3-2 Memphis. Okay, baby. $50 dono. Appreciate you. Halfway to the first initial goal. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom. Bang, bang. Cactus Jack approves. $50 holla. Let me know what you want for photos, and I got you at the commercial break, whatever you want. Thank you so much, man. Some Fridays we do really, really well. Some Fridays people are busy, and we don't get a lot of people showing up depending on the event. But like I said, I mean, not everyone cares about the NBA. On a Friday night, sometimes I just want to hang out with your boy, and I do appreciate that. Grizzlies 3, Denver 2, 10 minutes left in the first quarter. Let's see what kind of ball movement we're going to get here from Denver. 3 is no good. And they're split early in the season. Denver won the first, Memphis won the second, and then this will be the last matchup of the regular season. And both home teams have won. Denver at home early, Memphis at home in the second matchup. John Morant with the flush, and it's good. 5-2 Grizzlies. And there's a good chance that out of these two teams and the Suns, these will be the teams that represent the West. At the very, very end, just like the Sixers, the Bucks, and Celtics, those are the best 6 teams in the NBA for now. Stolen. But there might be a sleeper team in the East and West that goes a little further than we think. Baseline off the backboard is good. 6-5 Nuggets. Now I got Bane at the top of the key. Baseline. Back to John Morant. Brooks, floater is good. And I mean, he would be a talker at Oregon, but not like the way he is in the NBA. I don't know. Him and John Morant have been hanging out too much with each other. I don't know. They just love to talk. He wasn't like that at Oregon. Something, I don't know. It's just maybe the teammates that he's around and whatnot. But this type of kind of mouthy behavior is kind of surprising to a lot of Duck people. I guess if you've been watching Memphis over the last couple years, you could kind of see it coming. With this type of team, they've waited their turn. If they want to chirp a little bit, let them. You just got to back it up, though. Michael Porter Jr. Did they give him what did they call there? John Morant, floater. Front rim, no good. Joker with the rebound. He's like, I'm the fucking point guard. Gordon, off the glass, no good. Rebound, no good. And then a foul call. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Appreciate you. Cyberpunk getting in on the cause. Thank you, Cyber. Cyber with a 50. We hit our goal within the first 20 minutes. Now it's time for the next goal to make up for maybe some of the other streams like last night and a few others. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. Cyberpunk with a 50. Thank you, guys. You guys are the best. Nice jumper there. 10-8 Grizzlies. And the game is on ESPN if you're bored. You know, I know basketball isn't for everyone, but these are the two best teams in the West. So, I mean, you know, this might be a Western Conference, you know, preview unless the Suns are in there. So if you are bored or if you're watching trucks, hey, I don't blame you there. If you're watching trucks, keep watching trucks. But if you're not, you know, hop on and chill and watch the game with me. Thank you, Cyber. Appreciate you. Cyberpunk with a 50. You did? Dude, that's awesome. Yeah, I don't have any stories really like that besides seeing Kevin Love play in person. You know, when I saw him play in person here at Lake Oswego, it was cool. But, yeah, that's awesome, man. Cyberpunk, you are the man. I appreciate you. $50 dono. We're at $100 already. $50 dono and another $50 dono. Bang, bang, bang. Stacks on stacks. Racks on racks. Cactus Jack. Bang, bang. Appreciate you. $100. Thank you. Let's get to 200. Maybe we'll be able to get to a little bit higher of a number than normal today. You never know. You never know. 13-10 Memphis. Jaren Jackson Jr. leads the NBA in defensive efficiency. Foul called on John Morant. Glad to see a lot of the GOATs in the building. And if anyone has Twitter, do me a solid and like and retweet the stream on Twitter as well. We'll usually get about 30 to 300 extra views from people watching. And I am one of the only ones that has the full stream as far as live play-by-play and reactions on Twitter. Most people just have like little 2-minute previews or 30-second previews. The whole 3 to 5 hours is on there for each broadcast I do. So we're trying to grab some of the people from Twitter as well. And I appreciate everyone in the building. 13-10 Grizzlies. I see you, Joker. 5 points already. 2 for 2 from the field. 3 boards. I mean, the guy is just a walking double-double and a walking triple-double. We thought Russell Westbrook was a triple-double machine, but I mean, Joker is built that way. And like I said, even though he's really, really tall and he doesn't really look like athletic or muscular, don't let that fool you. I mean, as far as just the smoothness, of him being that European style type of player, a lot of the Europeans are very smooth and deceptively smooth, like where it just looks like he might be just this tall, rebounder, shot blocker guy and slow as hell. But don't let the looks deceive you, man. I mean, his skill set, his basketball IQ is much higher than most people at that size. That is facts. We're knotted up at 13 as we go into a commercial break. What do you guys want to see for photos while we have a commercial break? Cyberpunk, anything? Odin Sun, anything? Let me know. Anything that you guys want to see. And thank you guys so much for hopping in. And it just feels good to get off to a good start early. And like I said, this is a great matchup. I mean, if you can't get up for this particular matchup or Phoenix, as the other team, or Boston, Milwaukee, and the Sixers, I mean, I get it. The NBA isn't for anyone. It's sometimes, it's boring. Sometimes the players are lazy, load management. It's not as good as the 80s and 90s. I get it. But you should be able to watch those top 6 teams. Unless you have a team like me, like the Blazers, and that's another one where I can easily watch every game, even if we lose by, 10, 20, 30, 40 points. I mean, hopefully we don't lose by that much, but, it is what it is. But this is a nice little graphic here, little John Morant. And I'll throw up a few others as we kind of go along. But everything started changing with John Morant. He first comes in the league, hair short, kind of chill. We know you're damn good. Well, you're going to be a Hall of Famer, right? And then hair grows out a little bit. Let me talk a little bit more shit, right? And then length like this. Now it's just like, I'll fight anyone. He's like, I'll fight him too. I'll call out Draymond. I don't give no shits. We don't care. I mean, they're going to get to a finals. I mean, I just don't know when it's going to be. Is it going to be this year? I don't know. I mean, Phoenix is looking pretty strong. I don't know about their bench, but what they're for was CP3 and Book, Ayton, Kevin Durant. That could get past this team, right? But you just don't know, right? Obviously, unless this guy steps up and starts averaging like 40 in the playoffs, then that's a different story. And then you got the Nuggets who, they don't really, I don't know. They're really, really good. They're hard to beat. If you can get this guy in foul trouble early, that's the, really the key. It never happens, but if you can, then that could help. But guys like Jamal Murray are definitely underrated. So I'm interested to see on how this one kind of plays out since the series is split 1-1. And then Phoenix is obviously going to be in the mix. Those will be your best three in the West. In the East, it's Milwaukee, it's Boston, it's the Sixers. And even with the Sixers being the third team, there's a drop-off. They're not as good as Boston or Milwaukee. Are they good enough to win a game or two against those teams? Yeah, but I don't think they're good enough to win 4 against Boston or 4 against Milwaukee. Not this year. If they had maybe one other piece with Harden and with Embiid, someone else, and then maybe a couple other guys on the bench, then I would feel a little bit better. But we know Embiid can go off, Harden could go off, so it is possible the Sixers could upset Boston or Milwaukee. But I feel there is a little bit of a drop-off, but I guess things could change from now until the playoffs, and maybe the Sixers get really, really hot at the right time, and maybe Philadelphia will surprise everyone and they'll make it, to the Eastern Conference Finals, or they'll make it to the finals. I don't know. I don't feel as confident with them. I think as Phoenix being the third best team in the West, I feel a little bit more confident in them. The Sixers is probably like the 6th out of 6 teams, like who I feel the most confident in. I think they're good, but sometimes, if Harden and Embiid are a little flat and they're not playing off each other very well, they get into these big ass holes that they can't climb out of. Deep shot is good. 16-13 Grizzlies. Jaw, I see you. He said Mae Young. (16-13) Grizzlies. I'll get you some Mae Young. Odin's son, you sent me a picture. The Joker from 3. Oh, wow. That's cool. John Morant with the layup is good. 18-13 Grizzlies. John Morant, 7 points, 3 assists already. Good pass there by the Joker. Good facilitator. It's just amazing a guy that tall could literally play every position. He can even bring the ball up the court. This is wild. Oh, nice backdoor to Michael Porter Jr. with the flush. 18-15 Grizzlies. Yeah, I got that photo here, Odin's son, so we'll throw that one up. Sweet motocross. I'll throw that one up, and I'll get some Mae Young up for Cyberpunk here at the break. 18-15 Memphis. Good defense at the top of the key by Jamal Murray. Like a fucking pest out there. There we go. Nice pass. What a no-look dime. Rejected. Yeah, Jokic is out there. None of the big players are out tonight for either team. No worries, Mike. Just having you in the room, like I said, some people will step up for other people. You just got to be able to hopefully get enough people to come through, and it's not going to be the same people every night. So I saw that. Yeah. No kidding. A nostalgia one? Oh, yes. There we go. I've been like actually finding yes, that's dope. I've been finding like rock phones and just like old school stuff from like the Attitude Era. You know, anytime I can find the old school stuff or like old school Masters of the Universe puzzle, you know, and stuff like that. 18-17 Grizzlies, 4:40 left in the first quarter. Morant with the floater is good. (2017) Grizzlies, John Morant with 9 points, 3 dimes already. All right, Bane with the ball. Or actually, Dylan Brooks, excuse me. Caldwell Pope with the layup is good. Wow, that was athletic. Get back on D, though. John Morant, stolen. 2019 Grizzlies, 4 minutes to go. I didn't mind Caldwell Pope, you know, when he was on the Lakers. Or Detroit. Jeff Green, foul down low. Let's see if I can squeeze a couple of these in real quick. Luke Kennard with the foul. The shooter. Oh, man. I mean, like I said, you've been sending me a few of those ones. Awesome, man. I know you have a few others. The other one is not formatted as far as like the quality. It's like a little bit too grainy. But if I can find another image of that, I'll put the other one up. Obviously with the Hulk cartoon in the morning. And we'll get some Mae Young up here as well. I love it. He said Mae Young. My boy Cyberpunk. Always going with the random wrestlers. You never know who he's going to request. And I love it. 2019 Grizzlies, 3:30 left in the first quarter. Good first quarter, too. A lot of back and forth. Best two teams in the West. Jaw from the corner. Woo! God, he's good. Bang! Morant for 3. He ain't fucking around. 12 points, 3 assists, 5 for 7 from the field already. Very entertaining player. I mean, like I said, after Dame came in the league, I thought John Morant reminded me a lot of Dame, except for the bounce. He could jump up and dunk a little bit higher than Dame, but Dame can get up there. But Jaw's got another spring in his leg. Seems like he can go on flight school. He can go a little bit higher. Three in and out, no good. Cherry picking down the court. No and one. I guess no and one. 23 up. He's like, where's the foul? So we might be going to a little bit of commercial break here. So let's try to squeeze in some photos. That's the value you can expect from Toyota. Ready, set, go get your Toyota today. All right, let's see what we can find. We got to find the old shit, like the black and white shit, like old Mae Young. If we're going to be doing like old school wrestlers, male or female, oh my God. There we go. I'm going on a Dunkin' run. I'll do a Dunkin' run. I'll also go on a Dunkin' run. I like bagel minis. I like bagels, but you know. They had what, Moolah and Mae Young back in the day? And then we had with Mark Henry with like sexual chocolate. Oh shit. And get Welcome Unlimited for $25 a line, guaranteed for 3 years. The savings that last on the network you want. Verizon. I'm great. If you guys want to do a little swap. I mean, yeah, I could be into it. Just like a one-time casual thing with Tyler, or I was talking about switching teams. I like this game. Oh, this is an old school one. Try to see if we can get a couple of these in here before we get back to the game. This one's got fucking Viscera in it. Mark Henry on the ground. Viscera like, chopped him up. Then you got Mae Young. You never knew what kind of storyline Vince was gonna fucking do in the fucking 90s. Nothing was off the board. It's like if it's taboo or fucking kind of like we probably shouldn't be doing this. See you later. Oh, I think I can get one more in here. I think I can find a Zach Ryder. Woo, woo, woo. Appreciate you, man. You make a dono, I'll find some old shit. Oh, there we go. Woo, woo, woo. Fucking Zach Ryder. Let's go. All right, we're back to the game. It's always good when we can flash back like that. And anything else that you guys want to be able to see, you just let me know, and I got you. Look at that old school photo. Fucking A, man. Love it. You got any other wrestlers or anything else you want me to pull up? Cyberpunk, you let me know. Odin Son, same thing goes for you as well. We're knotted up at 23. 2:30 to go. Already hit the goal within the first 20 minutes with two $50 donos from our goats in the room. Thank you so much. Now we're on to the next goal, trying to hit 2. We got 2:22 left in the first quarter, and we're knotted up at 23. Let's go. I actually was really excited about this when I saw it on the schedule. I was like, oh, sometimes the games on Friday are just like stinkers. And I was hoping the Blazer game was going to be earlier because I was like, if I do the Blazer game, we're going to get fucking killed. And we did. But this one was like, oh, number 1 versus number 2. Yeah, I'm doing this one for sure. Jokic going to the line. I wish most of his photos weren't just him standing there. It's like, can I get a dunk or like a cool assist? That's him at least screaming. I guess that's something there, but I still got to represent. Yeah, I just saw that. I saw that. Yes. Actually, when I was looking at the pictures, it was actually talking about that in the description. Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. 24-23. Joker, next free throw, no good. Oh my God, that's so hilarious that you bring that up because, I mean, there were just so many like fucked up storylines and things that Vince thought would fly. But I guess, I mean, if you're a private company and not public back then, fucking A, you could do whatever the fuck you want, say whatever the fuck you want, but now with all the Karens and Kyles, it wouldn't fly. But I mean, they pulled it off in the Attitude Era, 80s and 90s. There was a lot of crazy shit going down. 26-24 Grizzlies. Nice pass. Ooh. Green with the flush. Nice dime by the Joker. 8 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Probably the most boring 8, 5, and 4 you've ever seen in your life, but he makes it look easy. And this is the first quarter. I mean, he is the whole offense. It's kind of like Giannis too. It's like certain teams, this is the offense. Like he touches the ball every fucking possession. Like there's rarely a possession the Joker doesn't have the ball at least once. Right there, should have passed it to the Joker, but you turned it over. Oh, what a block by Green. Wow. Foul. He said, no, no, no. No, no, no. No, no, no. Oh, he gave him the fucking Mutombo, baby. Yeah, he came out of fucking nowhere. Yeah, crazy storylines. Hi, Paisley. Hi, honey. Jeff Green. Now they're probably going to check him and get him tested after the game. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, he must be on something. There's no way he could jump up that high. He's in his 15th year. He made that like block maybe in his first 5. 28-26 Nuggets. Really good first quarter, which I knew it was going to be. And then if you have Phoenix in the mix with any of these two teams, must-see TV. Same thing with Sixers, Boston, and Milwaukee. Those are the 6 easiest teams to watch in the NBA right now. Oh, rejected! Joker with the ball. That's my favorite part about the Joker. It's not the scoring. I like the defense, with the blocks and the rebounds, but my favorite thing about him, by a landslide, his passing. I'm a sucker for, someone that can distribute, especially you get more points in my book when you're taller like that. Like if you're a power forward, small forward, or center, and you really look to be a passer, and like a good one too. Really good basketball IQ. Denver, I know it's going to be hard for them, but at some point, maybe they need to add another, star with the Joker and Jamal Murray, right? But at some point, it feels like Denver's, going to be in the finals sooner than later, if not this year. You might not be able to beat Giannis. You might not be able to beat Brown and Tatum, but maybe eventually they will get their championship. I mean, as good as the Grizzlies are, Denver is known to, play defense, rebound, play as a team, and I like that. You know what I mean? So I feel that, they might need a little bit more offensive power at some point, but I guess you just got to see how far they can get this year and see if they can make the finals. And if they do lose to Milwaukee or Boston in 6, which is probably the reality if they are the team to make it, right? Then they can maybe try to add 1 or 2 pieces to the bench and trying to lure another superstar to play with the Joker. A guard, preferably. All right, 28-27. Free throw is missed. 5 seconds left. Nice pass down low. Shoot. Rejected. And that's the end of the first quarter. What a good first quarter. Fucking A, man. End of the first quarter, 28-27, Nuggets up. All right, let's try to get some more photos for y'all. What else do you guys want for the photos? He said Mae Young. I wish there was more stuff. There's like stuff with like Mae Young and Mark Henry in bed, but I don't really, they're just like sitting there like when they did their little skits or whatever, but. All right, I'll try to find some more like Moolah and Mae Young instead of this Mark Henry in the skit when they were doing the WWF thing. Now, obviously, a lot of them are going to be kind of older and grainy. All right, did you send me some? Scotty Too Hottie, that's a good one. What the heck? What the heck? Scotty Too Hottie's a good one, dude. Yeah, who didn't like Scotty Too Hottie, man? Brian Christopher, Grandmaster Sexay. Come on, dude. Rikishi. That was a vibe, man. Fuck, I might have to go back and watch some old school fucking matches now because of this. Later tonight, might just get a little Scotty Too Hottie and Grandmaster Sexay, Brian Christopher. I always like Brian Christopher too. You know what I mean? Like, just because you might be, Jerry the King Lawler's son and you're not going to be like that, and obviously he's not alive anymore. Rest in peace, Grandmaster Sexay, Brian Christopher. But, I like the guys that are underappreciated. I kind of feel underappreciated, sometimes, with the journey that I've had. And I always root for the underdog. I always root for those mid-level to lower card guys, the guys that never really get the lot of pub. It takes a long time to be able to kind of break through and break into the business. And man, so cool. I got to find one with Rikishi in here too. And then I remember playing like WWE, like No Mercy and like No Mercy WrestleMania 2000. And then you could do the dance and everything and use the characters. Man, I wish I had an old school TV. I definitely would bust out the 64 tonight if I had one of the older TVs and I could, because I still got all the games, Nintendo, Sega, but the 64 would be probably the one I would want to bust out. Oh my gosh. Let's go, dude. Let's fucking go. Too cool. Fucking A. Fucking too cool. All right, one more. We're squeezing it in. They're just about to inbound the ball, but fuck it. It's all about too cool. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, man. These guys. Fucking A, dude. Put a smile on my face. That's a good one. 28-27. Nuggets. Stolen. Baseline. Ooh, with the left. No good. Going to the line. Oh, wow. He's fucked his leg up. What was he doing there? Val Venus and Kai and Tai. Oh, my God. Kai and Tai. I mean, even just, Taka Michinoku and SmackDown #1 announcer, Funaki. Oh, shit. 29-28, my cousin Funaki. Fucking A. Steven Adams out tonight. I wish he was playing. 11:20 left in the second quarter. Grizzlies up by 1. Very competitive first half with these two teams. I don't know if they're going to get too chirpy out there. We'll see how the game goes. But they know that these are the two best teams in the West besides Phoenix. Ooh, nice layup with the left. And it's good. All right, Jackson. Nice job. Oh, yeah. Even like the click remote, or you push the buttons into the TV, or the one that was a clicker. Fuck, when I was playing video games as a kid in the 80s, I had the biggest TV I ever owned when I was young was a color 19-inch Mitsubishi. That was the biggest TV I ever had when growing up as a kid. That was it. I had to go to a friend's house. They had the big like 50, 60-inch with the big butt in the back, the big tube, I was just like in awe as a little kid. I'm like, holy shit, 50-inch TV. Green for 3, no good. Grizzlies up by 3. Attack. Floater off the glass, no good. 0 for 7 from deep for Denver, I believe. Oh, good block. Kind of getting sloppy out here. A lot of like street ball basketball. John Morant needs to get back in, but they're giving him a breather. Bain, and there's the foul. I know. I saw that. I saw that. Yeah. What's wrong with the Warriors this year? Steph Curry's been hurt. So if you don't have Steph Curry in the lineup, you're not going to be number one. It's actually kind of surprising they're sitting in the middle of the West, usually around 4 to 6 seed with him not even playing. But you still have Jordan Poole, you still have Draymond, you still have Clay. So the Warriors are not going to win the championship this year. We'll see when Steph comes back, which he's supposed to come back shortly. Hopefully he doesn't re-aggravate the injury. But if Steph could come back healthy for the rest of the year, they would have a shot to be that surprise team that, we all think Suns, Denver, Grizzlies. But, I mean, if Steph is healthy, Clay is healthy, Jordan Poole is healthy, Draymond is healthy, and you have Kerr, you're always going to have a shot. to at least make at least the Western final, if you're not going to win it this year. So their bench could be a little bit better too. 33-28 Grizzlies. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate you. Keep me updated on the trucks. Mike with a 20. Thank you so much. You guys are so good. Food costs so much and bills cost so much. It's just nice to feel, because I'll be honest, like, even from last, usually from, month to month, usually things are pretty good. But when I looked at like the numbers from like last month, I was like, and I got that trip, I actually just booked the hotel. And normally when we go do the trip, we're going to go to 2 games, a late game. And then at like evening, 6-7 p.m. for Mariners against the Cardinals this year, next month. And then we're going to go to the afternoon game at like 12 or 1. So if we are hungover, we can sleep and eat breakfast or whatever, then go and then stay another night and then come home Monday morning. And normally the room that we stay in, it's, very high up there. It's like Regency Hyatt. It's on like the 50th floor. You get the lake view. But when we went last time, the rooms were, it was expensive. It was like $450 a night. It's like, that's a lot of money. Like if you're making good money, that's one thing. But like when I got my own rent and everything else going on, I was like, fucking, I didn't book the ticket, the room yet. Cause I was telling him, I'm like, fuck, man. I was like, I want to be able to get this room, but I don't want to get to a point where I don't have enough money, but he already will cover anything I'm short if I'm short. But I ended up getting a good deal based off the timing of it. And our room is a little bit cheaper than it was last year, which is nice. I think it's about $600 which is a shitload. Don't get me wrong, but if we do this once a year, for like our birthday to like, just me and him and just have a great time. And we're going to go to 2 baseball games. And this year it's going to be Cardinals. Are you fucking kidding me? I know Sarah's jealous. And we got amazing seats on the aisle, right? Section like 119. And we're right on the aisle, like 13 rows back, 14 rows back. So normally I like being 15 to 20 for the foul balls, but I'll still be able to, I think, to get one. I don't know if I'll be able to get one each day, but if I do get one, I'm going to give it to him because he's been to like 150 Dodger games and Mariner games, and he's never gotten a ball, but he's not really a honey badger type. He's more of the type to sit and eat nachos and drink his beer and chill and let me be a crazy person and get the ball. But I'm going to try to do whatever I can in my power to, get 2. One for me, one for him. And even if it's just like after the inning is over and I get it from JP Crawford, that will still be special, not only to me, but to him. So, and I'm not going to have to like step in front of anybody and whatnot. So pretty exciting, but we booked the room and I'm glad it's not as expensive. But I was like, man, things cost so much. And I was actually lucky that it was, that price. And for the room that we're getting, we get like a 60 to 80 inch TV. HBO is included. You're on the 50th floor. You can see the Ferris wheel, like the market, Pike's Market down there. You can see airplanes and you can see boats and ships and helicopters. It's like the craziest view. It's like 5-star place, but it's so worth it. I mean, unless you're going to pay like a couple hundred, a night and you're staring at a fucking building, or the street. No thanks. Or you're not staring at anything. Like if you're just encapsulated, into another room. if I'm going to go, I want to be able to get that view because that's what you're paying for. And we're going to spend most of the time, there in the room, and I want to be comfortable. And bathrooms are insane. Like I said, they have these like really cool, crazy, like Kardashian type mirrors where you touch the mirror and it has like a border, like a picture frame, multiple. And depending on where you touch the mirror, it lights up in like different sections and colors. And then like, it's really intense, bright, or I was like, wow, dude, everything is just so dope about the place. Like granite, marble, So, I mean, I figure if we're only going to be doing this once a year, we might as well go all out instead of just being a little bit cheaper. And, I want to make sure we have a memorable time. And sometimes, you have to live your best life and spend a little bit extra, sometimes even double what you want. But the memories is what it's all about. So I got that room all booked up and pretty excited about it. 2 games too. I would have been cool with us just going to 1 game, but my bro always is looking to maximize the trip, and 2 games. What's better than that? And against the Cardinals, fucking A. Arenado, Goldschmidt, fucking A. Julio, oh man, unbelievable. It's gonna be so fucking lit. 36-28, and I promise not to drink fucking 20 shots of Jaeger bombs and 10 tall boys, and I'm sick at the fucking game like I was last year. That was the rule. I got the Edgar Martinez, which I still have the statue figure here, and I got the box. It had one little ding in it. I handed it back to the usher, got one that was mint, and by the time the game was over, I would have dropped that fucker 5 times. The box exploded. I almost fell down like 3 times. We had to get our lift canceled twice, and I had to walk, from T-Mobile all the way back to the room. And that was probably like a 20-minute walk or whatever. And when you're faded, it's not fun. And I probably passed out once we got in the room and I took my jersey off. 30 seconds, I passed out. That's how quick it was. And then we didn't get any memorabilia. And then the next day, I said, let's not do anything except for drinking water or soda. And then boom, baseball. Julio. Thank you very much. So, and it was in the 9th inning too. So, what a special moment. And I almost got to that game. Like I said, I had one go off my finger, from J.P. Crawford, and it bent my finger back, and he threw it, and I jumped. But if I had a mitt, I probably would have got it, but I don't believe in mitts. If you can't get a ball without a mitt, you don't deserve to get a ball. But, yeah, that one went like 5 rows behind me, so even when I turned around, I had no shot. But I knew I was going to get one. Nice pass. Memphis is up by 7, 36-29, but I'm going to do everything in my fucking power to get a Nolan Arenado or Goldschmidt ball. That is, Contreras. For the Cardinals, I'm going to try to get that. But obviously, Julio is going to be the priority for the Mariners. But obviously, trying to get Goldschmidt and Arenado, because I'm not going to see these guys probably ever again. So it's like, this is my one chance to try to lock in a piece of, MLB history. It's like Aaron Judge. I do go see the Yankees pretty often because usually when I go, Preston wants to go. Because Giancarlo Stanton obviously used to be on the Marlins. So I've gone to see the Yankees twice and 2 times in the last maybe 3 years. So, and then I got the Aaron Judge ball this year also. So I don't think that's ever going to be replicated. Aaron Judge ball and Julio ball in the same year. You go to 3 games and you get 2 baseballs. That's, I don't know if anyone else would have luck like that. But I'm going to try to, get on that same level. Goldschmidt, Arenado ball, and a Julio ball. It's going to be tough, and then the baseballs get thrown into the crowd. There's not very many. There's only going to be like 4 or 5 of those, but I feel like I'm going to have a very good chance of getting at least one of those, and it also depends on what kind of swag you got on. If I got the fucking Mariner do-rag bandana on and the hat, and I got the chain on and the fucking Griffey jersey on or Julio, there, I'm going to have a chance. I told Justin I'd elbow drop a couple kids to get him a ball. He laughed. Whatever it takes. 3, no good. And I definitely wouldn't be one of those asshole guys you see on the internet that cuts in front of the kids for autographs or pushes kids or girls or people out of the way for a ball. I never will do that. But it just seems like even if I'm trying to be courteous about it, people try to fucking physically abuse me after I get the ball. But, at least I'm cool about it. Instead of trying to like punch back or try to get someone, out of the game. But again, if I would have done the behavior that these people would have done to me, I would have been thrown out. But ultimately, if I get the ball, whatever. You want to swear at me? Fine. You want to try to push me? Fine. But I'm not dropping the ball. So ultimately, I'm going to get the story and I'm going to get the souvenir. So 36-29 Grizzlies. Good first half. 7 minutes to go. Nice crossover. Joker at the top of the key. Pump fake for 3. Good position by the Joker for the rebound, but it's airballed long. John Morant. Shake and bake. Crossover at the top of the key with a Hezzy. Nice pass down low. Bobbled and good. Jackson with the layup. 38-29 Grizzlies. Yeah, the best part is if I can get like a Julio ball again, you know what I mean? And I can give it to my friend. You know what I mean? Because obviously he would be like, he knows how much of a hardcore collector I am. And that would probably be the one ball that he would think that I would probably keep for myself, because it is Julio. But I mean, this guy he's like my best friend, living here in Oregon. I talk to him every day. The guy's never gotten a ball. I don't even know how close he's gotten to it. I think the closest he's gotten to a ball has been going to games with me when I've been right there, or I've got my finger on one or whatever. But I mean, he's not on his phone and I'm not on my phone either. And that's a big part of it. I'm always locked into what's going on in the game. I'm not, people are eating and drinking beer, eating nachos. I can do that, but I'm going to make sure I'm in that ready position, because if you don't react within the first half second, you're not getting the ball. You're not going to be in a good position, because sometimes those baseballs go flying out. But my goal is going to be do what I can to get my buddy a ball, because like I said, he's been to like over 100 games. He used to live in LA. Went to Dodger games, and he's been to a bunch of Mariner games, but never gotten a ball. And he's very hardcore. I'm a Mariner fan. He's a Mariner fan. His dad's a Dodger fan. My dad's a Dodger fan. He's a Duck fan. I'm a Duck fan. I'm a Blazer fan. He's a Blazer fan. The only difference is he's a Bronco fan and I'm a Buck fan. So, and he already knows how terrible it is right now with Russ and everything, but obviously he's excited about Sean Payton, which I told him he should be. So, and a lot of Broncos, including him, still have hope that maybe Russ can have one good year before it's done, but we shall see. I told him, don't hold your breath. Kennard with the wild shot. Caldwell Pope. Woo! Alley-oop. Woo! 38-33. What a dunk. He got fouled there, too. 38-33. Grizzlies are up. There we go. That will spark a little energy into this crowd. And that's one thing that Denver needs, better crowd. When it comes to the playoffs, Memphis's crowd will be louder, Phoenix's crowd, Golden State's crowd. I imagine if, Denver keeps it up, I mean, how can you not cheer? This is the fucking number one team in the West all year. I mean, if you can't get up for this team, I mean, what are you going to get up for? Dikembe Mutombo ain't coming back. LaFonso Ellis ain't coming back. Rodney Rogers isn't coming back, right? Robert Pack isn't coming back. Your boy remembers. No. Bank shot by John Morant is no good. Mike, $20 dono. I took a second there for me to bring it out. Appreciate you very, very much. Bang, bang, bang. Stacks on stacks. Racks on racks. Cactus Jack. Bang, bang. 120. Let's get to 2. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Let me know what you guys want for photos, and I got you. Yeah, and getting the Julio ball was kind of surreal, like when I got the Aaron Judge ball and when I got the Kike Hernandez ball. Like I said, I've only gone to like 7 games, and I've already gotten 3. If I really wanted to be a dickhead, I think I could have gotten probably the game that I got the Julio ball. I probably could have got 1 or 2 more if I really wanted to, but every adult that tried to steal one from a kid, like sneaking down to another seat, they dropped it. So the universe ended up working out. I think I was the only adult that got a ball. Every other ball went to a kid, which it probably should be, but I am a big kid. Okay. So I need to be fucking rewarded too. If I'm paying attention, right, and I'm not doing anything wrong and a ball comes my way, I got to get it. A lot of these kids are going to get these baseballs, and they should. They need their memory, but hey, O-Dog needs a memory too. Okay. Woo! Kennard for 3. 45-37. When the Kike Hernandez ball was coming like straight to me, it was like everything went in slow motion, just like how they say football players, like quarterbacks, the play goes in like slow motion. That's what it felt like on every baseball that I've gotten. It was like I could see it coming, but time started to stop a little bit. And then it's just like I reacted. But I mean, it happened so quick, like from the point a ball is hit, a foul ball, and then to the point it hits something, a seat, a guardrail, someone's hand. You have to be so quick. And if you don't act within those first like second and a half, you have no chance. And I guess luckily I, have honey badger instincts. So, John Morant crossed up, and he says he got hit in the throat. Yeah, I have not been able to catch, like I said, I got 2 Portland Beaver baseballs. That's the AAA affiliate of the Twins back in 1992. And I sprained my ankle on both of those, chasing after it went towards first base and went foul. But I got both of those baseballs on 2 different days. And then the Kike Hernandez one, the guy had it in his mitt up top and in front of him, and it bounced here, it bounced twice. It hit the ground. I scooped it with my left hand, my offhand, and I wasn't going to drop it. Then he body checked me from behind to see if I would drop it. Then my knees hit the concrete steps. My knees bled for 9 innings, but I got the ball. And then with the Julio one, it hit the guardrail after the other guy went to the bathroom like I did, and it landed, just right there, right where that guy would have been. That was crazy. And then when I ended up getting the Aaron Judge, it was me, the girl, the Karen, who actually was really cute. She was probably like 25, 26-year-old blonde, but she definitely was a Karen and felt like she was entitled. The Aaron Judge was only looking at her, and the baseball was to her, right? And so it was her hand, my hand, and Preston. And then when it went up in the air, I knew it was mine. I was like, because if it would have bounced on the ground, I wouldn't have got it. Because like I said, I was in the middle. The Aaron Judge ball was probably the ball that was least likely for me to get, because on most of the other opportunities, I'm in the aisle, so I can move up and down the row if I need to. This one, we were dead center, like seat, 7 and 8, with a row that being like 15 long. I can't move. Like here, and that's it. Like I only have so much room how long my arms can reach, that's all I can get. And luckily, when the ball went up, I was like, oh, I'm going to get this. And I snagged it. And the crazy thing is I turned around and this old Yankees fan that was like 90, I told him, I'm going to get an Aaron Judge ball today. And I remember when I turned around, when I got the ball, he started jumping up and down like he won the fucking lottery. He and his wife could not believe that, 20 minutes earlier when we had the conversation and I showed him pictures of the Julio and the other stuff, he's just like, I don't know. He probably thought I was crazy and stuff. But, sometimes I like to be able to, share the experience too. You got to be careful who you do it with too, because if it's just some guy, they can run away with the ball and you'll never see it again. But usually, I'm depending on who it is, I'll let the people take a look, and so especially if I feel they're not going to run away with the ball or whatever. So, because not many people are going to end up, getting on a baseball opportunity, foul ball, a ball thrown up after the inning ends, or a home run ball, and it's got some Aaron Judge DNA on it too. So, hey. Yeah, but it made baseball, like I already liked Ken Griffey Jr., and I met him and Sandy Koufax, but obviously football and wrestling and basketball were better for me. But I'm really happy my dad decided to introduce me to like Griffey and Griffey Jr., Griffey Sr., and Koufax, because now as I get older, I almost enjoy baseball more than anything, being going to the games, being able to get the memorabilia. It's not like I'm going to be able to get a football. Cam Newton, is not playing anymore. I'm not sitting front row at a Panther game, so I'm not getting a football. I'm not getting an NBA ball. So the best thing that you can get is either an NHL puck, or a baseball. And I don't know, man. And then obviously having Julio, kind of ignite the Northwest. We've been so shitty for so long. It's just really cool to have a Ken Griffey Jr. type of player that just loves the game. And he's really good at offense and defense. That's really a big thing for me. If he was just a really good hitter, I would be hyped, but I would be like, man, his defense is not very good, but his defense is excellent. So that it's just being a complete player means a lot to us here in the Pacific Northwest. So. Oh, wow. Wow, really? Oh, that's cool. And that's a lot of times people, like I'm never going to sell my Portland Beaver merch. Like there's people that are like, hey, will you sell your Beaver baseballs or your Beaver bat or your Beaver gloves that you got? When I snuck down to the front row and the guy hit a grand slam and I screamed at him and the security thought I was, sneaking down, which I was. And then I got the gloves and then they said, is this your son? And the 2 fucking people that look nothing like me, it looks like a George and a Betty. They're like, yeah, that's our kid. And then, so there's things that are worth, probably like $50 to $100 or maybe slightly more, but I don't know. It's just the history. They don't even exist anymore. And I don't want to get rid of memories from, when I was, even if someone offered me like $500 for my lot, for the 2 baseballs, the autographs that I have. They even did the Maurice Lucas celebrity softball game. And even before Maurice Lucas died, I got his autograph on there. because he was the main one. Ed Whalen, Channel 6. They had Steve Sachs there. So you had like news personalities, Rocco Rock, Fox 49, and then you had like former players like Steve Sachs and everything. It was cool, man. Like it was like a double dip. So it was like celebrity softball game, Portland Beaver game. And then that's when I sprained my ankle and I got my first ball at that fucking event. Pretty cool. And I'll never forget that. So 47-41 Grizzlies. But the batting gloves is probably the coolest thing that I have. They've been in the same Ziploc bag since 1992. No lie. And I still got it in the other room. And then the miniature bat was cool. That was a giveaway at one of the games. Love that piece. And then I got 2 of the baseballs. Memories. Can't take away from that. 47-42 Grizzlies. Layup is good and 1. And then let me know what you want to see for photos, Mike, and I can get you some photos as well. Oh, really? Nice. Trucks? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, this was me at 10 years old, so I already knew like baseball players and you know what I mean? So some of the players got maybe consent to play in the game that were I think maybe current, and then others might have been in like an off season. I can't remember the details. I still have the newspaper article, or it might have been after Steve retired. I have to look to see when Steve Sachs actually retired from the game. I'm actually gonna look that up because I remember. Let's look to see what his career was. So it looks like Sachs's last year was 94, and I believe the game was in 92, probably in like the off season. And so, because obviously if it's the regular season, he's not going to be able to, obviously participate. But it looks like Sachs went from 81 with the Dodgers and then ended with the Athletics in 94. So he was still playing at the time when I got the autograph, which was kind of cool. $53-45 Grizzlies. Nice jumper there. Floater off the glass, no good. That's cool. You know what I mean? It just depends on what kind of memories you want to build. And like those Portland Beaver memories, it meant a lot to me and it still does. It's funny, like as you get older and you mature, you might, have this thing about like wrestling or football or basketball. But then it seems like as a lot of my friends are getting to that 40 and up age, we all have turned. And now baseball is a very important part of our life, like going to games and spending time with each other. And I don't know, it just seems like we can go to football games and have a great time going to Ducks. But, there's a different type of fan when you go to a Duck or Beaver game, a Blazer game, a Seahawk game, or a Mariner game. It's, different types of fans. But Preston is the same way. We all loved it as kids collecting the cards. But now, he's got the itch. I don't know how many fucking games he went to. He went to Marlin games in Seattle, Marlin games in San Francisco, Marlin games in Oakland, Marlin game in Miami. I think the guy hit like 20, 25 games last year. So I said, Kyle fucking Busch. And then we got a minute 31 until halftime, and then I'll throw up all kinds of photos for the three of y'all. Heck yeah, Kyle Busch won. Well, one thing is for sure, Chase Elliott isn't winning the championship. Sometimes when I watch trucks, I enjoy it more than Xfinity. I don't know if I'm the only one. It just depends on who's in the Xfinity racing. But obviously I'm going to prefer Cup instead of Xfinity. There's going to be better talent there, but I still enjoy it. I still enjoy racing. Racing is racing, but I think maybe just because the trucks look so different and that aerodynamic look, I don't know, just something about it is so cool to me. Like this should be more popular than it is, but I guess, you have to just get the Cup to get more popular and then you can trickle down. And we already know the trucks and Xfinity are never going to be on the Cup level, but it would be cool to get them a little bit more love and pub, Murray with the bucket is good. I see you, Jamal. Bain, crossover, no good. Michael Porter Jr. I remember him in college. I was like, oh, this guy's nice. Oh, rejected. Ja Morant with the big block. You know, they say Ja with the foul. $5 holla. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $5 holla. Let me know what you want to see. If you want some Bryce Young or CJ Stroud, let me know. Some guys can go for a long, long time. And they showed a graphic, and he'll let you know, too. He's like the only driver to win at least one race for like the last 20 years. Like he's number one now. He's like, not many guys can win a race for 18, 19, 20 consecutive seasons, you know, in a row. But I mean, Kyle can definitely go for 5 or 10 more years easily if he wanted to. And honestly, if he goes for 5 or 10 more years, he's going to win another championship, I feel. You know, he's that good. Hell, he might win it this year. If you don't have to worry about nice and one for Ja Morant, because if you don't got to worry about Chase Elliott and Larson isn't really, you know, the same Larson, then maybe it's going to be between, you know, guys like, you know, Public Enemy number one, you know, Ross Chastain will be up there. And then, you know, you'll have guys like your boy Rowdy Nation. So, I mean, that's going to be probably the biggest thing if you're like on that bubble right there. And like, are you able to take advantage of Chase going out? And it'll probably benefit Joey Logano, Kyle Busch, Larson, and Ross Chastain the most, because those are the guys that are right there with him. I mean, I hope Chase can get back, but I don't know how long he's going to be out with his surgery. Fucking A, man. Snowboarding during the season, during the off season, fine. But during the season, come on, Chase. Well, I guarantee he'll never do that ever again in his career. Hendrick probably ripped his ass a new one. It's like, bro, you're costing me so much money, dude. Like, you're one like the face of NASCAR, and now you're not out there. Like, that's really fucking the team up, dude. Like, but we got to think about his overall health. Yeah, you know, he is a human. Shot clock violation, but what terrible timing. No Napa know-how. Napa know-how. 19 points for Ja Morant, 6 for 10 from the field. Joker, 12 points, 4 for 4 from the field. 58-50 Grizzlies. Shot at the buzzer, no good. Dale Sr., okay. End of the second quarter, 58-50, halftime, Grizzlies. Grizzlies have been the more aggressive team. The crowd is super flat in Denver. I thought they would be a little bit more hyphy, but I mean, I guess as boring as Joker is watching, I guess the crowd is boring too. You know, I mean, sometimes a Joker can get exciting, but I guess it just depends on the flow of the game. All right, let me get some photos here. We'll get you some Dale Sr., we'll get some Kyle Busch, and then if Odin's son and Cyberpunk are still in the room and they need anything else, I will do whatever you guys want.
Typical beginner's mistake. Yes, they all start from the outside. So, will we help him? What else? Here, triangle with Red Bull. Red Bull gives you wings.
There's Kyle.
Got 2 for $5.
Ooh, I found a cool graphic. A truck. It's hard for me to find like the truck graphic, but I found a really cool one. Let's look at this one. Can't cover up his face. And I like Kyle Busch's autograph. Some guys have a lazy autograph. Kyle Busch has got a really nice auto. It's a fucking cool graphic. Reflect is like, I don't watch NASCAR. Rowdy Nation. That's what the fans are called that support Kyle Busch.
Toyota, let's go places. There is still time for amazing savings and more furniture. The remaining inventory from our holiday sale is all priced to sell, and new stock is arriving daily. It's your opportunity to get the very best in value and style for every room in your home.
He said KFB, Kyle fucking Busch.
Design a sanctuary bedroom or become the host of your dreams.
58-50 Grizzlies. Are they going to show a replay of that truck race? I kind of want to watch it. Let me look at FS. What is it? FS2? No. They got this soccer, college hockey. I think I lost my chance of watching it. NASCAR Xfinity Racing Series. Truck Series. 10-12. Victoria's Voice Foundation 200. That must be it. And then Xfinity is tomorrow. All right, I'm gonna record the trucks. I'm invested, like it's 10-12. The commercials are taken out. I didn't get to watch it. I will enjoy it. Victoria's Voice. It's not Victoria's Secret, but fuck it, I'm watching. All right, I'll watch that after this is over. Yeah, we learn a lot of stuff from each other. A lot of times people will throw up like abbreviations. And I remember when Mike did it at first, I was like, KFB? Do you mean KFC? Like I was confused. But then once you learn the people that, the people in the room, who they like, who they love, who they support, then I just have to kind of dig deeper in my head. Okay, he's probably abbreviating some kind of, thing about one of these favorites. And every once in a while I'll have to ask, but. I love learning about all of y'all.
Welcome to the Toyota halftime.
It's a cool graphic.
Here in New York City, I'm Kathy Hubbard alongside Jalen Rose, and the Grizzlies are up 58-50 at the half. We'll dive into that game in just a bit. We have to show you the finish in Miami as the Knicks are going for an 8th straight win. 30 seconds left. Heat down one.
Heat down one.
Steal off with Julius Randle. And goes the other way, and Hero, tough lay-in.
Great D by Hero, sticking up Julius Randle. Jimmy Butler almost doing the same, but the Knicks are on their victory tour. And look at Julius Randle.
Oh.
Excellence is his presence. Never tense, never hesitant. Left the Heat bent. Real quick, real sick on the roll.
And so are you on a roll. I'm going to let you cook. All right, Clippers and Kings. Last week, these two had the second highest scoring game ever. But still looking for their first win since.
So awkward whenever I flip onto like NBA stuff, and then you see Jalen and Stephen A. You know what I mean? Like I don't understand how they can even work together. And of course they don't like each other, but it's just what an awkward thing. You know what I mean? When you have like a woman between the two of you, and who knows if she's still with Stephen A. or if they're just dating or if they're together, but what an awkward situation. Like anything with Greeny and, Jalen Rose and Stephen A., it's just garbage. Father and son, baby. Yeah, there's not a lot of people that have like NASCAR because we don't have a track here. You know what I mean? So like for me, I got the fandom from my boss who just, used to go to Vegas and, went to the races, and he got so excited about it. He got me excited. And then I became a fan based on him. And then also watching Dale earlier in my life. But, I think it's one of those things, if you don't have someone like a connection, the family connection or going there, not every region is going to be into it. You know what I mean? And obviously that's why I think that like in the East Coast and the South, that's why NASCAR is so much bigger, is because there's more history there. And that's where the tracks are. More people are actually going there. I guarantee if we had a track here in Portland, I'd go every year, or at Portland or at Washington, like, if they had one, I would go. The Vegas one and California ones are just kind of too far, but. But yeah, that is true. Yeah, definitely more baseball, football, basketball, soccer, wrestling out here in the Northwest. So Cyberpunk and Odin Sun still in the room or no? I don't know if they're still here or not, if they want any other photos, but
The quicker picker-upper. One sheet of Bounty is all you need. And Bounty is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper. Find your beat. Your moment of calm. Find your potential. Then own it. Support your immune system with a potent blend of nutrients. And emerge your best every day.
and I like old. So obviously we know like this vibe, and this is like my favorite, but I also appreciate history. And then this particular vehicle is really special to me. This one is obviously the one that everyone knows, and it's like, very iconic, but I have a lot of love for this one. It's like really getting his feet wet and, being able to establish himself, as a champion. It's just so old, man. It's very cool when we can go back in history like that. And obviously it's never going to compare, to the black and the white and the red. And those colors were meant for him with the stunner shades and the racing suit, that's just perfect. But, for him to get to that Intimidator, you had to start somewhere. And God, look at the decals, look at the sponsors. Very cool. I'll never get enough of old school stuff like that. Tacoma. I mean, I've been to PIR, and they have, I guess they did an Xfinity race there. People do legal street racing there. I've done events there where I had this like girl who was a model who asked me to work with her for like an event, and it was like the radio station was there, and then they did this thing where me and her would be sitting shotgun, and people would test drive brand new cars on the racetrack in an obstacle course, and they paid me like $30 an hour just to sit shotgun. So like, hopefully I wouldn't die, you know what I mean? But these guys would be whipping around cones and doing this like obstacle course. She was always getting like these really insane jobs. And that was the same girl that Lori, she ended up taking me up to, I don't know where it was, for like the dirt bike championships up in Washington. And then I remember me and her were driving like brand new Toyota Tacomas, and we were just taking people in a circle from the top of the event and then from the bottom of the grassy area, and just giving drunk people lifts in the back and doing that. And then that was like $25-$30 an hour, and I got to watch the action there for free. And I don't know, I guess you get special opportunities when you're a pretty girl and you're a model. But every job, I was like, I'm not a model or whatever and stuff, I was like, if you want me to try to go with you to some of these things. And I'm really glad that I didn't chicken out, and I actually went with her to some of these events, because those are things that I never would have experienced. And it's just crazy jobs like that you wouldn't think exist, but they do. And you get pretty good perks too. I guess it depends on who's linked to the race and whatnot as well. So Matt's in the building. Candace in the building. All right. So I don't know if they are in the building still, but I'll still throw up a little bit here for Cyberpunk or Reflect. And Odin's son with his dono earlier. So Odin's son and Cyberpunk are both Chiefs fans. So at least in the time being, I'll just show a little Chief love. And then if there's anything else, and if they're in the room and they want to type, let me know. And I'll throw up any other wrestlers or anything else that you want to see. I got you. 58-50 Grizzlies. Good competitive game. And now we're just trying to get a few photos in here for the people that have donated. Appreciate you, Odin's son. Appreciate you, Cyberpunk. Goat right there. Cheers. Well, I don't know if it's necessarily hate. I think it's just jealousy. You know what I mean? It's the same thing goes with like Joey Logano and some of those guys. Like, people know that he's good. People know that Kyle's good. People know that Chase and Larson are good. It's tough. Not everyone can be on the same level. So, and I do like Ross. I think he's going to have a big year. Entertaining. All right, let's look at the box score here real quick, and then I'll throw up any other photos for any of y'all if you want them. John Morant is leading the team. 16 minutes played, 6 for 10 from the field, 2 for 3 from deep, 5 for 5 from the line, and he's got 19.6 assists, 1 rebound. All right, Ja, I see you. And let's take a quick look with Desmond Bain. Desmond Bain's got 12 points, 4 rebounds, no assists, 2 for 6 from the field. And shit-talking Dylan Brooks, not a factor, 1 for 4, 2 points. Go figure. And let's go to the Denver Nuggets. And obviously we need more from the Joker, right? You're down by 8, and the Joker's got 12 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. 4 for 4 from the field, 4 for 6 from the free throw line. This guy is so good. He can get a triple-double and go like 25 for 27 from the field, or 19 for 19. Like, the guy does crazy stuff. Like, every once in a while, you just look at the stat line, the guy doesn't miss. But again, most of his shots are close, but he actually does have a mid-range jumper, and he can shoot the 3. I mean, it seems like any motherfucker that's over 6'8" can shoot 3s now. So 1/10 scale Revo brushless racing monster truck. Does it run on gas? Because I had friends that they did like the Banshee thing, and then they souped it up with like chrome swing arm, chrome everything, and then once they got that out of their system, then they started buying like the vehicles that run on the gas, and you can get like the tricked out tires. You can go to the beach, or you can go to like camping with it, or you can just like fucking ruin it in like a parking lot as you like lose control and it smashes into the concrete, and then you're like, fuck my life. There's like, because a lot of those cars are expensive. I mean, some of them can be in that $100 to $200 range, but for some of these motherfuckers, they crazy. Like these little miniatures that run on gas, sometimes are like $500 to $2,000. So you better not be running them into fucking a concrete, step or wall or whatever, but they're very cool. I don't own one for myself, but if I ever got rich enough, oh yeah, I definitely would invest in one of those. I would get the souped up tires, and then I would just like go take Paisley on a walk and fuck around with it. But maybe one day. 70. Okay, that sounds like it's a gas powered one now. Because obviously the ones that have batteries and shit, I mean, you're only going to go so fast. The real ones run on the gas. So it's battery, really? And it can go 70? Damn, it must be one of those like newer battery ones then. Not like the old school batteries, but then the high-end battery ones. Wow. Trust me, it's okay. I mean, I'm just trying to do filler content. You know what I mean? Like I said, I could do, hey, I drink beer. We talk NFL, even though I'm not drinking beer anymore. But then we're only going to get a few people. And then some people might not show up. So I figured as long as I do events every day, even if it's college basketball or NBA and some people don't care, there's still going to be people that will show up eventually, and then they'll say what's up. And I don't expect them to turn the game on and watch. You know what I'm saying? You can just hang out. So it's quite all right. You're not the only one. Wow, 70 miles an hour. That's crazy. I mean, if I wasn't, doing this full time, I mean, obviously there'd be other things, that I would rather do. But again, I just try to get myself to do as many things as possible, because even the things that I love, the markets are oversaturated for NFL. So that's why I got to do college football. I got to do college basketball. I got to do NBA. I got to do AEW. I got to do WWE. I got to do NASCAR. I got to do baseball. I got to see what's going to stick, because obviously, certain sports are more overpopulated, and it's like I can give my blood, sweat, and tears, and do a football stream, even pay to get a thumbnail made, and then have like 100 or 200 people. That's, it's almost not worth it. Like, I'm still going to do it, you know what I mean? But, and then I can do something like a basketball stream or something else. And again, you can definitely tell, which ones are oversaturated. There's not a lot of people doing NBA or MLB or NASCAR. Not as many as NFL. Everyone and their mother thinks that they can call an NFL game, I guess. So with that, and then on top of them only pushing the big boys, it leaves people like me in the middle that have a big channel but I'm not huge, but I mean, being at like 20,000 is bigger than being at 2 or 200, but still I'm in that like middle category where I'm almost blowing up, but I'm not there yet. It's like I'm almost getting, to that next step, but it's like it's very difficult to be able to grow if you're not getting a push. Jamal Murray for 3. But I know eventually something will click, and it'll we'll be able to get more subs, views, and we'll build a bigger community. So, I mean, as long as I can pay my rent and pay my bills and be entertaining and help people, and try to be a good influence and give cool prizes away and, help people with their mental health. And, we have a good room, overall for vibe, for mental health. That's what it's about. So foul called on it. Brooks. First foul for Dylan. Yeah, but if I only did one sport, then I probably wouldn't be Northwest Sports Fanatics. And we'll do a little NHL. Ooh, we'll do a little NHL also during the Stanley Cup. So, I mean, really, if the World Cup was on later, I would have been able to do some of those matchups. But a lot of the matchups were like 6 a.m., 9 a.m. I can't hop on that early, obviously with the girlfriend in here working from home. So that was kind of a shame that I wasn't able to capitalize on some World Cup stuff. But, I mean, other than that, everything else is pretty much a go. Falling away, jumper is good. 61-55, Grizzlies. Stolen, John Morant, fast break. Oh, Bain with a layup. Nice job, Desmond. 63-55. Grizzlies have been in control this whole game. Crowd is extremely flat for Denver, and that's what kind of makes me nervous. Like, if you eliminate the Joker, Denver's nothing. You know what I mean? Like, but that's the thing. Can you eliminate him? No, you can't. You can try to slow him down. And, even if he's like at 14, 10, and 10, that's better than him being at 40, 18, and 15, because sometimes that's what he gets, like those big, big numbers. But, I mean, I don't know if I'm really impressed with Denver's squad. I know that they're very good at defense. They're 44-19. But as good as Denver is, if they're able to get past Memphis and the Suns, I don't think they're winning the championship. I think Boston and Milwaukee are quite a bit better. Is Denver good enough to win a game or two? Yes, but they're not good enough to win 4. Not against Boston, not against Milwaukee. Michael Porter Jr. with the layup is good. And one. 66-59, Nuggets. And that's going to be a key piece for them if they want to make a deep run. Michael Porter Jr., very highly touted out of college into the draft, but a lot of injuries. They will need him. Facts. Baseline. Travel. Dylan Brooks yapping his gums. I just really am confused on where this Dylan Brooks persona came from. He didn't act like that at Oregon. And now he's just like this number one punk ass in the NBA. Like, it's kind of like puts Oregon like a bad name. It's like, I know a lot of people don't associate him with Oregon Ducks. They just look at him on the Grizzlies. But for, the people that know him, I don't know. It's kind of shameful and disgraceful, man. We don't even want to claim him as being a Duck. I was like, if you're going to act that way, all right, man, we're cutting you off, dude. I don't want you acting like that. You're giving the Ducks a bad name, dude. Talking all that shit. Oh, no worries. Don't even worry about donating. I'm so sorry that your cousin passed. No worries. Don't even worry about, and like making it up. I'm just glad that we can try to help you out the best that we can, mentally. And, whenever you can donate, I know you will. So don't even think about me. If anything, I should be thinking about you, and the people should be thinking about you, and prayers up. And like I said, there's no words that I can say right now that are going to make anything better. But I do love you. I appreciate you. And like I said, the donos are secondary. Yes, I need them to be able to survive and pay my rent and pay bills. Yes, I do. I need them, right? But right now, it's not important. What's important is you. So you and your family. So, and I know you're going to have to go out of state and go on that difficult trip. And like I said, I'll be thinking about you while you're going there, while you're there, and when you come back, and when things end up, being okay. And if you feel at that point down the road that you can donate or you will, then I know you will. So I'm so sorry to hear that happened. I don't even think anyone cares about the 40 time. They know that he is just a beast, sideline to sideline. So I think that, anybody that gets him is going to be getting a gem. (66-62) Grizzlies. (66-62) Grizzlies. 9 minutes left in the third. We're at a commercial break. Let's take a quick peek at the box score while we just got a few minutes. Ja Morant, 19 points, 6 for 11 from the field, 5 for 5 from the free throw line, 2 for 3 from deep, and he's got 8 assists and 1 steal, 1 rebound. So he's really been holding it down. And then second leading scorer is Desmond Bane. And I got a Bane photo here. Bane is at 16 points, 4 rebounds, no steals, no assists, but he has 6 for 6 from the line, 4 for 8 from the field. And then on the flip side, Michael Porter Jr. has improved all the way to 15 points. He's the leading scorer for the Nuggets. You already know you're in trouble there. 7 for 7 from the free throw line, 0 for 3 from deep. And then the Joker only has 14. So we need to get that going, but he does have 14, 10, and 8. So, he has the complete game, but we just need a little bit more. He needs to assert himself, And then Jamal Murray needs to fucking step up too. He only has 8 points. All right, 66-62. Memphis is up by 4. Brandon Clark will not return with that lower leg. Anytime you shoot a free throw, you shouldn't be running to the free throw line to anticipate your miss. That's what he did, and he fucked his foot up or his leg up. Can you imagine, you miss a free throw on purpose, you run towards the rim to get the rebound, and then you tear an ACL? Brutal. I don't think he tore an ACL, but we'll find out what happened. Aaron Gordon, technical foul. Remember when we had Gordon and Levine in the dunk contest? That was the last good dunk contest we've had. We've had good participants in the last couple years that have won, but as far as an actual duel, that was the last good dunk contest, I feel. Brooks from 3. He said, "Suck it." (70-62) Grizzlies. All right, come on, Denver. Show me something. Jamal Murray looks passive out there. Caldwell Pope, what are you doing? Michael Porter Jr. It just doesn't look like a team that is a 44-win team. Wow. How did Jamal Murray make that? He just threw it up there. He said, fuck it, I'm going to throw it out. I guess that's how you end up winning a bunch of games. You just get lucky with shots like that. Rebound. There we go. Push it. Michael Porter Jr. for 3. No good. I just want to see them have a little bit more ball movement. Spread the court a little bit. Sometimes they just look kind of discombobulated out there, just running around with their heads cut off. But Ja Morant draws the foul. When Ja first came in the league, short hair, normal, swag, not a problem, right? A very rootable player, really cool jersey, right? Then hair got a little bit longer, right? And then he started hanging out with Desmond Bane and Dylan Brooks, right? Then a little bit more chirpy. And then now we're here, hair even longer. Now he's just wanting to fight everybody. Yeah, here's this one. So I like guarding all-stars. I like guarding guys in the NBA so I can shut them down. I want them to be angry, off kilter emotionally. With some guys, there's fear, 100%. They don't want to talk to me or even look at me. Yeah. He said Draymond goes to another team. He's not even Draymond. And the funny thing is like it's if you're going to be chirpy and talk like that, you're not even that good of a player. I mean, you went to Oregon. You're an Oregon Duck, and I should be defending you, but I can't. I won't defend him. I won't. He's like the only Duck player I'll never like support. You know, it's like, why are you being so chirpy and you're not even that good of a player? And I'm a Duck saying that. I am an Oregon Duck saying that. And he went there. You know, it's like, why are you talking like that, dude? Like, it's like one thing if John Moran is saying that or something and you're going to go into some fucking heated battle, but it's like, out of all people, it's not even Desmond Bane either. It's you, bro. Like, stop giving the Ducks a bad name, you idiot. He's not a terrible player, but he doesn't, you know, I don't think he, for the amount of shit talking that he does, it's like he does it like, in his mind, he thinks he's another John Moran. And wake up call, guess what? You're not. You're a role player like Desmond Bane. And most people probably think Desmond Bane is better than you. So, but I guess Jaw's feeding off of it, right? He likes it. They all love talking shit together. Halftime. Let me look to see what we had here. 27, 28, 31, 22. I'm trying to look at the bench here real quick and look at to see anyone that's... Kennard's got 6 on the Grizzlies off the bench. And the benches are pretty thin. And then Brown has 11 off the bench for the Nuggets. Man, tough. 125, 75 to go. Let's get it, baby. I need to go check up on my puppy here real quick, too. Make sure that she's okay. All right, let me check real quick. You guys can take a nice peek at this amazing John Morant collage. All right, let me check up on her real quick. Give me a sec.
Chase for the East is off and running. And there's a new fight for best in the West. Just when you think you've seen it all, you realize you ain't seen nothing yet. Robberies you never saw coming. New moves that'll break your brain. And what's next? All we know is that it's happening tonight.
There is still time for amazing savings and more furniture. The remaining inventory from our holiday sale is all priced to sell and new stock is arriving daily. It's your opportunity to get the very best in value.
All right, I'm back. She's posted up on the couch. She's on a little comforter, just chilling.
Design a sanctuary bedroom or become the host of your dreams with an immaculate dining set. It's all on sale. Visit morefurniture.com to preview all sale specials.
72-65 Grizzlies. It's crazy how much Jaws changed in a couple years. All right, they're reviewing. John Morant kind of did like a back forearm. Interesting. Is John Morant being a little dirty there? 3. Airballed. I can only imagine Phoenix and the Grizzlies going after each other too. They'd probably fight each other. D-Book and John Morant and all them. Oh, man. If we end up getting the Grizzlies and the Suns in the Western Final, they probably will fight. I mean, as far as star power is concerned, I mean, I know a lot of people, Joker is kind of boring and whatnot, but John Morant and Durant in the Western Finals it would get ratings. That's for damn sure. Poked away. Come on, Denver. Do something. Two-time MVP. Get it right. Dylan Brooks is out there, top of the key, 24. Michael Porter Jr., baby. Yeah. 72-68. I mean, he's the main reason that the team is coming back. It has to be a daily dose of him and the Joker if they're going to come back and win this game. They're only down by 4 now. And maybe Jamal Murray, probably sprinkle in a little Jamal Murray as well. I do like Jamal. Ja, very aggressive, no fear. Kennard knocks it away out of bounds to the Nuggets. Grizzlies up by 4. And the crowd just need to get into the game. Ooh, Saturday, Sixers and the Bucks. Ooh. So we're either going to do XFL or we're going to do that game on Saturday tomorrow. We're either going to do Embiid and Giannis, or we're hopefully both of those two guys are playing, or we're doing the XFL on Saturday. And then we got the NASCAR race on Sunday in the morning. And then I'm going to do AEW Revolution, MJF versus Bryan Danielson. That one will cost $50, but I'll probably end up buying it, and we'll do a live stream watch party for that. So we'll be very busy here the next 2 days. I mean, we stream almost every day anyways. 3 is no good. Oh, rebound dunk. Oh, he almost threw it down. Off the bank is good. Michael Porter Jr. shows how valuable he is. They need scoring. And sometimes when the Joker and, when you see certain pieces being a little flat, like Murray, you need another piece. So now they have 3. But how consistent is that 3 going to be? Jump ball. And one thing about Dylan Brooks that I absolutely hate, the guy is always fucking pouty. He's always talking shit. He's always got a look on his face. He's always complaining. It's you know what I mean? Like, I'm not used to an Oregon Duck player being like this. Football or basketball or baseball or anything. I don't know, man. He's a fucking disgrace, dude. Look at that. 15 texts. Who are you, Rasheed Wallace? Stop being a little punk-ass bitch, dude. We disown him from Oregon. You are no longer associated with us. You're Memphis Grizzlies now. That's all you are. The Oregon is erased. He was actually a really damn good player at Oregon too. And we knew he had potential, but I did not know he was going to turn into this fucking psychopath like this though. I mean, it's good to have those guys that are tough, but if you're going to walk the walk, hey, can you talk the talk and walk the walk? And a lot of time he's just talking. 72-70 Grizzlies. Brooks, no good. I don't know. It's kind of like Brooks reminds me of kind of like a Beverly. Never satisfied with anything. Always complaining. Always think he's being cheated. Always think that the other team is doing something wrong. Always got a fucking look on his face. I don't know, man. Like, those type of players annoy the shit out of me. Like, if they're on your team, it's cool. But, it's like when you're going against that, it's annoying as fuck. Ja, nice pass. Tillman with the floater. Yeah, no Lambeer. Oh, baby, alley-oop. The Joker. What a look. To Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon looks so different than what he used to look like on Orlando. It's like, who is this guy? He looks like a Rastafarian now. Gordon. No foul called. Ja. Offensive rebound. Foul. Foul on the Joker. We're knotted up at 74. God, his stat line is crazy. 14 points, 13 rebounds, and 9 assists. One more for the triple-double. And it's in the third quarter. But when I watch Denver and I'm looking at their bench, something seems missing to me. I'm looking at their bench and it doesn't look very good. You know, I look at their starters, like this looks like a beatable team. Like you might be able to find a way to get past the Grizzlies and the Suns and all these other teams in the West, right? Just based off the Joker being absolutely phenomenal, right? But I just don't think that team can match up to Boston or Milwaukee. I really don't. Like if we end up getting, like, I don't know if I'm just, you know, well, we'll see as we get further along. But if we get Milwaukee or Boston in the finals against Denver, it's going to be Milwaukee or Boston in 6. You heard it here first. I mean, I got last year's exactly correct, so not going to get every fucking prediction correct. Every once in a while, you'll, you know, think a script is going to be played out a certain way, and then they play worse, like the Eagles with their defense. John Morant with the layup is good. Grizzlies up 77-74. Jaw 23 and 10, 7 for 15 from the field. Joker, he's like, fuck you. I'll take anybody. 1 on 8, 1 on 10. Nice pass. Foul called. Green going to the line. Yeah, Jaw's very aggressive. You don't see so many point guards like attack the paint like him, and that's why I like him. Even Damian Lillard, you know, he does it as well, but it just seems like Jaw is probably the point guard that attacks ferociously and has no fear. Like he'll try to dunk on you. You know, he'll try to be able to get the and one. He'll take the body-to-body contact, even if he's a little bit smaller and wiry. I like that. That's one thing about Jaw I really do respect. That he'll go in there with a bunch of trees, you know, Jokers, whoever, Embiids, Giannis's. He gives no fucks. He's going to try to dunk on them, you know, or at least try to get to the line. And for a small, wiry player, kind of like Dame, you know, a little bit taller, it looks like, with his size and kind of small and skinny, he definitely has the bounce. He's got the juice. Joker with another foul, I believe. 77-76. Grizzlies up by 1 with 2:35 left in the third quarter. All right, Matt. Free throw is good. Lambeer. Oh, Reggie Jackson on the floor? Holy shit, I haven't heard that name in ages. When was the last time you heard Reggie Jackson? Holy shit. Joker? God, pretty with the left, too. Foul on the floor. Three, no good. Offensive board by Green, rejected. Oh, they're scrapping. Oh, he almost hit Jeff Green in the face. I wish. Yeah, he's trying to. Now you're just getting boom right into the face. That's why you don't get too close to the ball when people are scrapping and, wrestling for the ball. There's easily a basketball or a hand or a fist or something's going to go flying back. Motherfucker, I wasn't even paying attention. Got fucking smacked. All right, minute 55 to go. What a game. It's exactly what I expected to see on, hopefully a Friday night matchup with two of the best teams in the West. Offensive foul. Him or his people that run the Twitter account followed me for a little bit, but I think his Twitter is run by like a Twitter person, like a manager or whatever. And then it was like one of those people that goes to your Twitter and then will follow you. And then all of a sudden, like a week later, when you don't think that you're going to check it anymore, then he unfollows you. Like, I don't know why people on Twitter do that so often. It's like, oh, a follow for a follow, or I'll follow you, and then they do it. And then you follow back, even though you have no idea who the fuck this person is. You just do it as a courtesy. And then like a week later, you check, to see, what you're looking at. And then you see that they've unfollowed. Like, what do you think? I'm still going to follow you after I found out that you unfollowed me? Fuck no. I don't even know who you are. In this case, it was, I knew Reggie Jackson, but I can't be mad at that because it's probably not even him running it. Some like manager, but you get all these like fucking Joe Blows on Twitter. It's like, I would have never even followed you to begin with. I was just trying to be nice. You know what I mean? And whatnot. And then all of a sudden they like unfollow. And then I'm just supposed to like keep following you. Get the fuck out of here. Dummies. Yeah. Green, Westbrook, Durant. Wow. Back in the day. I remember. Yeah. Early on. What a team. Holly in the building. How are you? 79-76 Grizzlies. Number 1 Denver Nuggets. Number 2 Memphis Grizzlies in the West. So it's nice to be able to have this matchup on. And it's the last matchup of the year between these two. They have split in the regular season. Denver won the first matchup. Grizzlies won the second matchup. Both won at home. And now Denver is going to try to win here at home in the last matchup unless they meet in the playoffs, which is a very good possibility. John Moran at the top of the key. Oh, layup is no good. Offensive board by the Grizzlies. Left-handed hook shot, no good. Rebound by the Nuggets. Uh-oh, you have a player down on the ground there. Looks like an ankle. Hopefully he's okay. All right, now they call it injury timeout. Joker right now has got 14, 14, and 9. He's only taken 6 shots the whole game, which is really weird because if he wanted to be a ball hog or whatever, I mean, he could definitely be taking, 11, 12, 15, 20 shots. Brown on the bench has 10 shot attempts. Porter Jr. has 11. Joker is considered one of the best players in the world. The guy's got 6 shots, but he's 5 for 6. I mean, imagine if the Joker wanted to be an asshole and just be a ball hog. I mean, the guy could probably average like 30 to 40 a game easy. I mean, he's got 14 with 6 shots and 14 boards and 9 assists. So it's not like the most spectacular stat line, but we still do have a quarter. So by the time the quarter is up, there's probably a good chance for 20 points, 18 boards, and he'll get over 9 assists. So you need him to score 30. Oh, you're going to lose. The only way the Joker gets to 30 is if it goes to overtime. So, yeah, I think you're fucked in this particular game. Normally, Joker, 25, 30, 40, no problem. But tonight, just the flow of the game, I mean, the only way you're going to be able to get him to 30 is if he goes off for, maybe 10 or 12 in the fourth, which is possible, right? And then maybe go to overtime and then scoop up a couple more. But at this point, I'm not sure. 16 points in a quarter isn't too much, but he's been definitely deferring to the teammates tonight. Nothing on the Cash App besides the 50, the 50, and the 20 so far. 79-78, Grizzlies up by 1. Really good game. I would like to see the Joker get a little bit more assertive here. I mean, if you play like this against Boston or Milwaukee, you're not going to be able to beat them. Backdoor cut. Layup is good. Good court vision there. Good basketball IQ. Good dime. Denver takes the lead, 80-79 Nuggets with 44 seconds left. Technically 39 seconds left. That's what it shows on the ESPN app here. It seems like the app, even though I'm watching the game live, will update the number sooner than what I'm watching on live TV, which makes no sense at all. Joker with a foul. Idiot. What are you doing, Joker? I mean, when Michael Porter Jr. is leading the team, that tells you all you have to know. And just with the simple fact that Denver is up by 1 with Porter having 20 is wild. Ja Morant, 23. Make it, I was about to say make it 24, but maybe on the next free throw. Free throw missed. Ja's got a game that I like. 23 points, 10 assists. I like that. But we need to get your rebounds up. You only got 3. So let's get those. And he's 7 for 16. So, I mean, let's get that shooting percentage a little bit better too. But a lot of his shots, he's just going right into the paint and taking a body-to-body contact almost every play. So no worries, Mike. Yeah. Morant's second free throw is good. 80-80. 35 seconds left. Jamal Murray going to the line.
Down the stretch here to see how Phoenix and Golden State, where they end up in terms of seed. Well, these are two teams that have that expectation that were set at the beginning of the year, and that's very difficult to do, right? The Memphis Grizzlies have gotten better every single year. Here they are battling for the #1 seed. You see the Denver Nuggets finally healthy, and they've added depth in their squad with Bruce Brown and with KCP, and they've had their healthy players. So
Aaron Gordon's at 8, so you're going to get that. Jamal Murray is at 11. So it looks like everything is going to hit except for your Joker one. I think that's the one that's going to get you. All the others are very attainable. Only like a hoop or a couple couple cheap buckets, to get there. But the Joker one, the only way you're going to get there is probably overtime. Three is no good. End of the third quarter, 80-80. What a good game. All right, let's look at the stat lines here real quick since we're knotted up here at 80. So with the Grizzlies, Ja Morant, 24 points, 10 assists, 3 rebounds. Desmond Bane, 17 points, 4 rebounds, no assists. Jackson has got 9. Brooks has got 8. 8 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist, 1 steal in 24 minutes. But the shooting percentage for a lot of the guys in the starting lineup are not good. I mean, Dylan Brooks is fucking 3 for 8. Ja Morant is 7 for 16. Desmond Bane is 4 for 10. But still, I mean, they're right there, 80-80. And then let's go to the flip side. Joker is having a good game, but not a game good enough for a better to win money, at least at this point. 14 points, 14 rebounds, 9 assists, 5 for 6. He's only taken 6 shots. I don't know if I've ever seen the Joker take this little amount of shots after 3 quarters, but he's definitely not a ball hog. You got 15 points off the bench from Brown, 14, Jokic, 11 for Jamal Murray. And what does Murray have? 11 and 5 assists, 11 points in 26 minutes, but he's 4 for 12. And the guy that's really kind of holding it down for them, and if they didn't have him, this game would be fucking over. It's Michael Porter Jr. In 25 minutes, you're 6 for 11, 7 for 7 from the free throw line, and you got 20.7 boards, 1 assist, 1 steal. So obviously this is going to be a key contributor, not only down the stretch, but in this game as well. So we're probably going to be seeing a heavy dose of Porter Jr. and Joker and Jamal Murray with a little Aaron Gordon sprinkled in and Caldwell Pope. But the bench is so thin. It's like, I don't know. It worries me a little bit, and that's why I want to make sure I evaluate the Nuggets, the Grizzlies, the Suns, the Sixers, the Bucks, the Celtics, because really what it's going to come down to is the bench. Whoever can stay hot and healthy and have the deepest bench, because when you look at a lot of benches in the NBA, there's only like 1 or 2 guys. And then, what you really want is like 3 or 4. But in this league, it's very rare to have like a 4-man rotation on the bench and go 9 strong. Usually it's like 5 starters and maybe 2 key contributors and then maybe 1 other guy, especially when they minimize the minutes as we go further into the playoff push. So, yeah, sorry, brother. Normally, 9 times out of 10, you're winning that bet, but it just tough. Not impossible, though. I mean, if you get a couple 3s, 2 3s, and then boom, he's at 20, and then get some free throws, slow the game down. So, all right, 80-80, baby.
Brought to you by Old Spice. I'm here with Nuggets head coach Michael Malone. Coach, Michael Porter Jr., Jamal Murray, they got it going. When attention is on Jokic, how can you lean on those 2 down the stretch?
We've got great looks all night long. Nicole's going to attract the double team and a crowd. We got to just keep on shooting the ball. Those shots are going to go in. Won that quarter, held them 35%. The defense has been great. It's going to have to be even better this quarter. I just trust the pass, take open shots.
And largely, you guys have been able to keep the Grizzlies out of the fast break, and you're beating them in points in the paint. When you can do that, how does that change the type of team the Grizzlies are?
What do you mean? Like right now? Like tonight? Or like in general? Free throw is good. All right, 83-80 Nuggets. And hopefully the crowd will I don't know what it is. I mean, it's Denver, Colorado. So, I know they're like the number 1 team in the NBA, but God, their crowd is so quiet. It's like, are they even there? Like, I feel like, in the playoffs, you're going to need a crowd to give you that like energy and that momentum. And they are like, I don't want to say they're non-existent, but very, very quiet for a team that's number 1 in the West and one of the best teams in the NBA with a 44-19 record. I guess they match their personality of their star player, the Joker. They're just going to be, I guess, quiet. And, I mean, you just can't be watching games sitting on your hands the whole time or on your phone. There we go. There's the energy. I hear him now. Finally. Jamal's like, I got to make a bucket. Now you cheer. Okay. There we go. There you go, Jamal. Get the crowd going. 85-80 Nuggets. And they've been very quiet, so it's nice to see them have a little spark.
What if I need help picking a plane?
State Farm's here to help.
What up, Bo? Hey, guys. What if he's not actually 7'4"?
Good? Yeah, good. The worst hit, boys. It's a living.
At State Farm, we're there for your what ifs. Get a quote today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
85-80 Nuggets. I'm just trying to get a couple other cool photos while we have some time.
It's definitely real food. We always have fresh stuff coming in. I mean, this is the best box that you can get.
Fresh is what you stand for.
Definitely.
Who said you can't teach an old dog new tricks?
the town where I was born, lived a man who sailed to sea, and he told us of his life in the land of submarines. We all live in the yellow submarine.
So find a good Aaron Gordon one here.
Time for next steps. Agents or realtors are here for it. You ready, Dan? Here is the beginning.
All right, Aaron Gordon. Can I find a good one? I think I can.
Here with market insights that can make all the difference. Because we're realtors,
There we go.
experts in what we do, bound by a code of ethics. We're here for it all. Because that's
Oh, Michael Porter Jr. with 20. Come on, Joker. So anytime Joker gets less than 20, you're like, what the hell is going on here? Such an unselfish guy, man. 6 shot attempts, and you're considered one of the like 4 best in the world. You know, like you got Embiid, you got Giannis, you know, you got Luka, you know, plus you got, you know, like other guys when they're healthy, you know, that you can put in the, you know, in the conversation. Like if Steph Curry's healthy, I mean, he's definitely one of the top 6 players in the NBA. There's no doubt, but. No problem. Look forward to talking to you soon. I'll be back tomorrow and Sunday. Like I said, we'll be doing XFL, maybe some NBA, and then obviously we'll be doing NASCAR, and then I will be doing AEW Revolution. So. So the Boxing Day dunk. Oh, Aaron Gordon and him and Levine, man, what a dunk contest. All right, 85-80 Nuggets. Nice rebound there. Nice pass. Open 3. No good. I mean, this is the only one. Hey, remember that? Short hair, Aaron? God, what a dunk contest. Jackson, nice hook shot by Jackson is good. 85-82. So pretty much the way this game has gone, if you've been breaking it down, Memphis has pretty much been dominating you know, the first quarter and the second quarter, and then the Nuggets got the third. And now we'll just see if Uncle Mo and that momentum can continue with Denver. But it took them a while to kind of find their footing, and the aggressive team has been Memphis in the first half, and now Denver at least, you know, punching back. They were the punching bag in the first 2 quarters, but now third quarter and fourth quarter, we'll see if Denver can pull away. Nice block. Because, again, every home team that has played in this matchup has won. Wide open 3, no good. Slow it down. You're up by 5. You don't need to be all crazy here. Every possession matters. Foul called. Aaron Gordon's got 11 points, 3 rebounds in 24 minutes. 5 for 10 from shooting, 0 for 2 from deep, 1 for 1 from the line. So not, you know, horrible. They're +8 when he's on the floor. So they're better when he's on the floor. When you have Gordon, Porter Jr., the Joker, Jamal Murray, and then probably Caldwell Pope is their best lineup from what I've seen tonight. So absolutely. I got your back. Sarah's got your back. Oh, tipped. I mean, that's what we do here. You know, like I said, a lot of times, you know, with mental health, depression, anxiety, tough times, you know, with things that we go through, you know, we have to have a good, strong community. And, you know, we definitely have that here. And that's why I talk to quite a few of y'all, even outside the streams, because, you know, it really is building connections. It's not all about subs and views and money, you know, even though a lot of people get carried away with those things. Everyone is guilty of it, you know, especially if you have a passion and a dream. But once you really start realizing it's not about the subs and the views and the money and the donos, it really is about connection with people, then you'll know, you know, where you're going to be going. Foul called. Murray goes to the line. Brooks with his second foul, and he's probably complaining about it with faces like this all day, every day. All right, come on, Jamal. Free throw is good. 88-82. So as long as you just don't play terrible defense, they should be able to probably squeak this out. I mean, there's still plenty of time left for Memphis to get their run. They'll probably have a little bit of a run in this quarter, but they're starting to kind of establish themselves. They're fighting back. Memphis was the team of the first half. Denver's the team in the second half, at least so far. Oh, goaltend. Come on, Aaron. Murray with the layup is good. Woo! Let's go. I'm not letting this team lose. We're the best team in the West. Bain, traveling. Desmond. Jaws like, I need to be out there. Very underwhelming game for the Joker, but again, I mean, he's 5 for 6, 4 for 6 from the line, 14, 14, and 9. I know some guys couldn't even dream of getting a stat line like that. And I mean, but when you're talking about the Joker, back-to-back MVP, it's like normally we're talking like 30, 15, and 10. You know what I mean? That's just the reality. That's what kind of numbers he puts up. So this is a little bit of an off game for him tonight. He needed to be more aggressive, and he wasn't. Yeah, I mean, obviously it helped Gordon get 10 shots off and Porter with fucking 11 and Murray with fucking 16. But, hey, Brown on the bench with 11. But there's no scenario to me where those guys should be shooting more than him, period. He's an efficient shooter, too, and he's not going to ball hog it. Wide open three. No good. Aaron Gordon with the volleyball tip out. He said, caca. Hit him with the Saved by the Bell spike. Little AC Slater action. Deep three by, air ball. Turnover. That was disgusting. Oh, no. Loose ball foul. Oh, no. Wow.
It's an unlucky one. I'm not going to blame him on that. But it seems like there's always one or two every single game you point to that you're just like, I wish you could take that back. They're in the penalty now, so Denver's going to shoot free throws the rest of the game. You saw that right there, 65 game with 5 or plus.
Second free throw is good. 93-86 Nuggets. All right, 7-point lead for Denver. The crowd is just starting to wake up. It's like the caffeine finally kicked into the fourth quarter. Three-pointer, no good. Offensive board up, rejected. Oh, and then out of bounds there on the baseline. Good defense by Denver. They got a lot of big bodies. Porter Jr., big. Gordon, big. Joker, big. Caldwell Pope has got a little bit of length. Maybe Jamal is the kind of the scrappier, smaller player, but all right, Joker, show me something, baby. All your photos, you're just dribbling or standing around. Let's try to get some highlights here. Yeah. And then obviously you got to get John Morant back in the game very soon, within the next minute. I mean, you're already down 7. I mean, all of a sudden if they hit a 3, you're down by 10. That's too much, man. Or like a and 1. Let's see what they do here. 2-man game, pick and roll. Murray, Joker, Murray, Pope. There it is. You ask and you shall receive. Do I need to talk about it into the universe? I'm like, hit a 3. Oh, okay, let's hit a 3. Bang! There it is. And now the lead is 10. Sometimes you just talk it into existence, huh? Burger cheese, burger cheese, burger cheese. Burger cheese, burger cheese, burger cheese. Do this all day. BK, have it your way. You rule. I only have to hear that a billion times a stream. Not as much lately, which is good. All right, Nuggets up by 10. So if you're Memphis, you're fucked. So, I mean, at least they tried. I mean, it's not completely over yet, but the way the momentum is going. I mean, fucking A, the Memphis Grizzlies only have 6 points this quarter. I mean, even if Jaw goes crazy and ball hogs it, I don't think you're coming back. You got 24 points and 10 assists. So you have the assists, the double digits assists that I wanted, but 7 for 16 shooting. Like anytime you see these superstar players racking up 30, 40, 50, 60 points, look at the field goal percentage. A lot of these guys are getting 15, 20, 30 shots. It's ridiculous. I mean, a lot of guys could fucking put up 20, 30, 40 points if they're taking 20 to 30 shots a game. The good Jaw, the innocent Jaw, the Jaw that we rooted for, the Jaw that we knew that would be good. And then what happened? Something happened. The hair grew. You made new friends. And then now you want to fight everyone. Still like him as a player, though. Really, the only one that's really annoying on the team is this. You know, because you talk all this shit and you're not John Morant. So it's like, you know, I mean, Jaw likes to talk as well, but I mean, we can't act like Draymond's not a talker either. Draymond might be the biggest shit talker in the NBA, you know, but a lot of times if he talks shit, he backs it up. So he might not give you, 30, 20, and 10, but sometimes getting 12, 10, and 10 or 12, 8, and 8 is good enough to win. So 96-86. Well, it's 10 points, 7 minutes left. I mean, I definitely see some holes in both benches. And I really think that, if Phoenix, their bench is not the greatest either. But, I mean, if you have a big four with KD, Ayton's numbers are the ones that are going to suffer the most. He's going to get less shot attempts. He's going to have to turn into more of a rebounder, shot blocker type of player. I don't know how you'll feel about that. CP3 is a liability. Book always chokes in the playoffs, too. So it's like KD is going to have to try to, I guess be the savior for CP3 in his career. So we'll see what happens, but I don't think any team in the West is good enough to win the championship. Just being honest. I think, if it ends up being Boston or Milwaukee, that's the team that's winning the championship. Milwaukee in 6 or Boston in 6, whoever gets to that point. Russell, Chamberlain, and Bird. Larry Legend, baby.
He's grown into a leader, Dave. And I'll say this, one of those things about those 3 players on that graphic that won 3 MVPs, all of them won.
All right, Jaw, floater. No good. And obviously we know Jaw's going to take like the next 6 shots. Nice pass. Slow it down. You're up by 10. In and out. No good. Offensive board. No good. That board is good. This game's over. 98-86. Nuggets. And another reason why the Nuggets are so good, usually at home as well, is because they clamp down on defense. And it's really hard to score against a team that's committed to defending and rebounding. There's not very many teams in the NBA overall that commit to defense and help side defense and good team defense, rebounding, shot blocking, boxing out, like doing just the little intangibles. Denver is by far the best in the West of doing all the little things to win. They're more of a defensive team. They're not as much of a defensive team as like the Pistons, when they had Billups and Rip Hamilton and, Tayshaun Prince, Ben Wallace, and Rasheed Wallace, but they're probably kind of close to what that team was. That fucking Pistons team is much more talented, offensively and defensively, in my opinion. But 3 is good. OVA, not OVO. We're not talking Drake. We ain't talking OVA. We're talking OVA. Now Dylan Brooks wants to fight. What's new? Look, when you get down and you get frustrated, what do? Right? You complain, you cry, right? You talk shit, right? Dude, you lost. O-Dog said you lost. You lost. Now you're down 15. 16 T's. What does he think he is? Rasheed Wallace? Get the fuck out of here. Double text on Brooks and the Joker. Nope. Joker's like, I'm the point guard, fucker. Porter Jr. Bang! Bye-bye. Bye-bye. He said, ah! He said, watch me pass. Bang! And 1. Hey, if I claim it's over, it's over. Over. You just got to foreshadow. You got to see. When they were up by 7, I knew that 3 was coming. I mean, like I said, he doesn't take a rocket scientist to predict everything. I mean, if you just watch sports, a lot of times history tends to repeat itself. Teams repeat themselves a lot. You just have to know. Nice triple-double. 16, 17, and 10. And he's only taken 8 shots. Ridiculous. Oh, Thai food and Greek food. Ooh, chicken marsala. Gyro shawarma. Oh, shit. That sounds good. Yeah. Brooks doesn't want that smoke. Yeah, I'm excited to see how things play out. I mean, like I said, as you're looking at the teams, there might be a surprise team somewhere, a middle of the West or middle of the East. But, I mean, if you're looking at everything, it's just, I don't know, man. The teams that are at the top, to me, are pretty established, and I'm not really believing in everyone. Bucks, Celtics, Sixers, those are legit. Nuggets, Grizzlies, Suns. Right? But can we get something from the Kings, the Warriors, the Mavericks, the Clippers? Maybe. The Cavs, right? Maybe. But obviously the West is much deeper than the East. It's like after you go from the Cavs, Knicks, Nets, Heat, Hawks, Raptors, that's disgusting. But even though the East doesn't have as many quality teams, they arguably have the 2 best teams in the NBA with the Bucks and Celtics, not including the Nuggets, obviously. But I mean, supporting cast is going to have to be big, or the Joker has to be big. I mean, like I said, I know they can win a couple games, but I mean, if the Joker goes one-on-one against Giannis, what are we going to get? If Joker goes against Embiid one-on-one, what are we going to get? Are we going to end up getting the Joker against the Celtics and a number of their role players, and their bigger guys going at him? It's going to be very interesting. Or we might get some team like Phoenix, that just Kevin Durant will, even out what the Joker does. And then their role players play better than the Nuggets role players, which could also happen. I'm definitely excited to do some Suns Kevin Durant games because I haven't been able to do one yet. And I assume next week they'll probably be on ESPN or TNT for at least one game late, and I'll be able to do it. So 107-88. And every game that they've played this season has been a blowout. Each team that's been at home has won. Denver won the first one at home. Grizzlies won the second one at home. And usually the wins are by 10 points or more. And we're looking at that same type of scenario here. This might be the biggest blowout. It's pacing like it. I mean, fucking A, they're up by, what, 19? Ja? And 1. No call. Nice job, Ja. All right, Jamal Murray, very underrated player. I like him. Sometimes you don't have to, have the biggest, height or weight advantage, but he's a very good role player, and they're going to need him on this deep run. That was stupid. Good court awareness there. Who was that? Was that Caldwell Pope? What the fuck are you doing, idiot? 107-90. And just in a matter of just a couple minutes, the game was 7, and I was like, oh, it's going to be a 3. It's going to be 10, and once it becomes 10 and John Morant's not in the game, you're fucked, and that's exactly what happened. You have to know your team and who you're going against, when the game is on the line. And they were right there, 7 points, and then now look. Oh, shit! That would have been fucking a throwdown. They were trying to do some and one shit right there. The professor, John Morant, skip to my Lou. I miss watching those. I used to watch those like religiously. I would order the DVDs. I would try to do all the moves like hot sauce, then go to the park, fail miserably. I could probably do some of them, but. And the professor is from here. He lives like 20 minutes from here. He's from Salem, Oregon, which is wild. The Joker, he said, am I going out? Or is it just sending him to the bench like the game is over? And then they got Dylan Brooks complaining again. What's new? I mean, if he got paid based on his complaining, the guy would be richer than Elon Musk. Reflect with a 20, my boy. What do you want to see in photos? You want some Michael Penix Jr.? It doesn't have to be basketball related. I can give you some Washington related stuff if you'd like. Bang, bang, bang. Stacks on stacks. Racks on racks. Cactus Jack. Bang, bang. $20 holla. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. $145. Let's get to $200. 65 to go. And if anyone's got Twitter, do me a solid. Like and retweet on Twitter as well. If you have a Twitter account, it'll help us get 30 to 300 more views on the channel. So, like I said, most people don't have their show in entirety on Twitter. As far as where you can go back and watch the streams. Most people don't go back and watch full streams in entirety, but sometimes people like to hop in and, kind of take a peek on what the channel is about. So appreciate you, Reflect. My boy. Appreciate you. First free throw is no good. I'll get you a few more. 3 minutes and 15 seconds left. Reflect up there in the Pacific Northwest like me. Joker dribbling the ball. Nice defense there by the Grizzlies. 107-91 Denver, up by 16 with 3 minutes to go. And at this point, you just want to bleed the clock, give the ball to the Joker, and let him roll. Good defense there. Ja. Fast break, 3-on-1, and he pulls the brakes. Dylan Brooks for 3. Terrible shot. Why the hell would you shoot that? Anybody but him. Cherry pick. Michael Porter Jr. with the cherry pick dunk. 109-91 Nuggets. All right, squeezing a couple photos for you. Is there another player that you're hyped up about on the roster, offense or defense, that you've read on or someone that's coming back that's not going to the draft that I should keep my eyes on. Obviously, I'm going to follow every Pac-12 team as if they're my own, and I love rivalries. But if there's someone that I need to be paying attention to, let me know. Or if you guys got somebody, like a transfer in the portal or somebody that's going to be starting that was like a high school All-American that I need to be, in the loop of, yeah, let me know, man.
For Denver, winning this game, they win the season series. It's important because now you not only stretch the lead over Memphis to 5 games, but
Porter Jr. with 24, Murray with 22, Jokic 18, Brown with 15. This was a tough loss for us, but hey, when Bo Nix got hurt, I already knew we were fucked. And we have terrible defense, and that's the worst thing about having a favorite football team in the NFL or college football is if your team doesn't play defense, it fucking sucks. I don't give a shit what you do on offense. Once you start playing the good teams and you can't stop them and you know exactly what they're going to do, fucking burns to the core, dude. It fucking sucks. 109-91. Blazers don't play defense. Buccaneers defense was terrible this year. Ducks defense is non-existent. I mean, the best defense that I got is fucking the Mariners, for Christ's sake. Pitching was good this year. Defense was good, and I think it'll be good this year too. We will be a World Series, I feel, contender. I feel we'll be a playoff contender. Obviously Astros, Yankees, we'll be probably up there. But hey, Blue Jays and Mariners, we're coming. We're the young Bucks. We're coming. We're exciting to watch, too. 109-94 Nuggets. 3 is no good. Foul at the half court. Caldwell Pope. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know a lot of people are looking at him. I mean, imagine if you got him and Tariq Woolen. I mean, this guy could literally go somewhere between 5 and 12 in the draft. I don't think he'll go as high as 5. It'll probably be closer to like 8 or 9. But if you trade back, right, and then you don't go Jalen Carter, right, and obviously you're looking for a piece. Obviously, D-line can be addressed in the next round, but Gonzalez, has potential to be like a Sauce Gardner or a Tariq Woolen or a Patrick Surtain or, one of those guys, J.C. Horn, even though he got a little bit banged up. But the corners the last couple years, besides injuries, have been kind of saucy. They've been nice. And and we already know how hard it is, to play corner. Ooh, what a alley-oop for Denver. Woo! 111-94. Now they're just playing with them. Mariners are on the rise, damn right. And yes, Christian Gonzalez would be great. I mean, I don't think you would want to pick him at 5, but if you traded back and got picks and he was sitting there and you traded back to like 8 to 12, yeah, I mean, that would be a spot where you could probably, consider him because he's going to be the first corner more than likely taken off the board. 1 or 2. He won't go past the second. I mean, he's not going to be the third corner taken. I'd be shocked. He's going to be first or second taken. Just kind of weird because we normally don't have a corner from Oregon this good, getting this kind of love and pub. I mean, shit, Thibodeau and McKinley at safety got more love than Gonzalez this year. But when you don't have a defense, then, I mean, that's why he didn't get more love because the defense as a whole was terrible. He was great, but everyone else was just dog shit. I mean, besides Noah Sewell. Deep 3 is good. 113-97. All right, this game is almost over. They're just winding it down. And I'll get you a few more. Christian Gonzalez, baby. He would look good, Northwest ties. I mean, shit, if he ended up being anything like Tariq Woolen and you had one on each side, wow. What that would be able to do for you guys. You know what I'm saying? You still need D-line, linebackers, and safeties and whatnot. But, I mean, if you can get someone that actually is going to be a Pro Bowl type of player on each side, that would be huge for Seattle. I'll tell you that. All right, they're dribbling it out. Final score, What is it? You already know what it is, baby. A lot to a little. 113, 97 Nuggets.
Michael Porter Jr. had 26 points. Big game for him. Yeah, with Michael Porter Jr., Jamal Murray, and Aaron Gordon, when those guys play at that level, obviously Jokic's numbers weren't crazy from the scoring standpoint. But if those three guys can sustain that for a 20-25 game stretch, because it's going to take 16 wins, as everyone knows. Is that straight? You got to do it for 20 points, and our Roz is with Jamal Murray.
All right, Jamal Murray on the mic.
How did you find the zone?
Just got aggressive. Knowing that sometimes I come on pass, see how the tone's going to be. But
Yeah, but you want to take best available player, and just because you need D-line doesn't mean you need to reach and get Jalen Carter if you don't really want him. Go for another position, so. And all it takes is one trade or, people to pick players that we didn't think. And then all of a sudden, a guy that you thought you had no chance of getting, he would already be drafted as available. And you're like, well, what do we do now? So a lot of times that's what happens in drafts, where it's like you already have your board and you have your guy, but then you're like, oh, this guy's not going to be available. And then he is. And then you're like, then you have a hard decision. Do you go for the original guy that's still there? Or do you go for the guy that you thought you had no chance of getting? That's where mistakes are made and where good choices are made as well. So.
You guys just won the series battle against the number 2 seed in the West. As you continue to a playoff push right now, what's the significance of being able to do that?
All right. I'm going to get some Christian Gonzalez up here as well. And we're at the 2-hour and 45-minute mark. So we'll probably go to the 3-hour mark, see where we're sitting. And then we might just call it a day. I mean, I'm here by myself. Paisley's out there already for about 3 hours by herself. And I don't want to keep her waiting. Normally I could go for, another hour and a half after, but I am going to be doing, either a basketball game tomorrow or XFL. And then we got the NASCAR race on Sunday and AEW Revolution, the pay-per-view. So I want to make sure that we're somewhat fresh and everything. So we'll go here for a few more minutes and then we'll call it a night. So let's get a few more Christian Gonzalez up here and I'll take care of you. And then we'll just kind of play it by ear. If we get on some kind of dono train from now until, 15 minutes from now, then I'll go for a little bit longer, but we probably will just end it here in like 15 minutes. I think that's probably a good cutoff point. Now, if I wasn't home alone, then I would say I could go for another hour and 15 minutes, but I just don't like leaving my puppy alone and feeling not like loved. I want to make sure that she's not just sitting there just waiting. It's like sad. I don't want her to be a sad dog.
fire up the highlight reel. I was at Sports Center, Los Angeles. She's Ashley O'Neal. 10 games in the NBA Friday. Teams jockeying for position with about 20 games left. Time's running short to figure out where and or if you sit at the play-in/playoff game.
The play-in games, I like to think of them kind of like a high school party. You either want nothing to do with them at all, or you are begging to get in the front door. The Knicks have no interest. They're a 5 seed, and they're looking to keep it that way. The Heat, on the other hand, they're tearing up the dance floor right in the middle of the play-in.
Sports Center, terrible as ever.
To keep it that way, so they get an opportunity.
When the last time I watched Sports Center?
The Knicks with a chance.
Like 20 years ago. No lie.
20 points in the first. His most in any quarter this season.
They're like, we're the number one channel. No, you're not. Maybe 20 years ago. It's funny how the networks are so out of the loop from the younger generation and obviously the older OGs. Like, the screaming and yelling and podcasting and sports talk is no longer a thing. But apparently they think it is.
Knicks lead 96-88 after 3, but he's like, guys, New York tough, Brunson back in, powering through the pain.
But if you do get Christian Gonzalez and if Seattle, I think the Panthers are probably the one that's linked the most, and that would definitely, him and JC Horn linked up would be pretty special. But if you grab a player like this in Seattle, you trade back from 5 to 8 or 9, and then you pick them up, you will be able to get plays like this to happen. NWSF certified.
The Heat tied up at 116 big game for Butler, 33 points. About a minute in the game, Randall backing down out of bio with a jumper. It goes. Randall up to 40 points. He's not slowing down. Tyler Hero, how about you? He's playing a little defense. Knocks the ball from Randall, takes it to the other end, space, and drives it for the lay-in. The Heat retake the lead by 1. Ensuing next possession, the clock winding down. Who other than Julius Randall at almost the buzzer. 0.7 left on the clock, and that is your New York hero. What a shot. Here's Mike Green on MSG Network with the call.
It's like MTV. We used to play music videos. They don't even do that shit anymore.
33 points, and those 3 were the most important. The Knicks win on a thriller, 122-120. Start spreading the news. The New York Daily News is doing so on fire. That's exactly what Julius Randle was doing against the Heat.
All right, all of you had Boston soaring and Brooklyn free falling. Please stick around for this full highlight because it's Jason.
All right, we got 10 minutes to go. I'm going to delete some of these other photos here, and then we'll make some more room for a few others. Anything else that you want to be able to see reflect? We got 10 minutes to go. Definitely want to cater to the people that obviously donated first, and then if there's anything, time left over, then we can scoop in a few more requests.
We reinforce that. Still 9. Kill Bridges. Going to size up Marcus Smart. There's another step back body jack. 6-point game. By the way, Tatum over 8 from 3. Bridges 4 of 6 from 3. Cam Johnson, Spencer Dinwiddie. This thing's tied now. Now the Nets up 4. Bridges. When one man gathers, another. When one man spills, another man gathers. And one man gathers, when another man spills. However you want it. The Nets outscored the Celtics 74-47 on the second and third quarter.
All right, man.
38 points, 10 rebounds. Nets with 115-105. How about the Celtics and picks on Sunday?
Yeah, I agree.
80% chance.
All right, man. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you. I always like talking sports, especially Northwest. We can talk and kind of relate since we live near each other. I hope everything goes well for you. And yeah, we will all be thinking about Candace and obviously her family. All right, where do we want to go here at the very end? We got a few more minutes. Sarah, do you got any suggestions? Or Candace, you want me to throw up some 49ers for you? Let's throw up a couple 49ers up for Candace here. I mean, I don't need a donation to do anything on that regard. We'll just take care of her. Let's throw up a couple 49er legends up here. A little Montana, a little Rice, little 49er greatness.
Misses, but Aaliyah Boston got your back. Her 79th career double-double, 11 points, 10 rebounds, always showing up in big moments. And then Victoria Saxon. The ball is tipped, but Saxon sticks with it and finishes with a season-high 19s, now early in the third.
All right. So we'll do a little Joe Montana. We'll do a little Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, and then I'll throw a little CJ Stroud in there for you, too.
And Raven Johnson, that's so Raven.
And then that'll probably wrap us up at that point.
Amir here there to clean it up. The Gamecocks doing work on both sides of the floor, and they would be victorious 93-66. They will face Ole Miss in the semifinals.
Never get tired of looking at Joe Montana stuff. I bust out some of my collectibles to kind of take a quick peek. I haven't looked at some of my old like McFarland's and starting lineups. I think tonight might be the night. I might bust open some of the memorabilia. It's cool being able to look at those things too, especially when you get stuff that's like, from when I was like 6 years old and it's still in the package. Comes with like a poster or a coin or a card. So they're so cool, man. I never get bored looking at old starting lineups.
LSU goes into halftime 46-35. Like it ain't no thing. Flau'jae Johnson, this time push it up court. Ooh, is that deep ball go? Morris, Reese Johnson combined for 64 as LSU goes on to win. No surprises in the SEC as the top 4 seeds have made it to Saturday's semifinals.
Awesome. I appreciate that. Yeah, I do everything, man. So usually what I do, I've been doing this for 11 years. This is my 7th year on YouTube. It took me 10 years to go full time. I had to sell a Jordan rookie that's worth like $20,000 to $30,000 now for like my computer and my iMac and my speakers and all that. And that was when I, first started around 2017. So there's been a lot of blood, sweat, and tears involved. And I'll do a little bit of everything. I do NFL, all the teams, no bias, fantasy football coverage. We do college football, Ducks, all the Pac-12 teams and all the main teams, Michigan, Ohio State, Bama, Georgia, all that, right? And then NFL, college football, NBA, college hoops, MLB, NASCAR, a little bit of NHL when we get into Stanley Cup. So there's nothing really I won't do. There's a little bit of everything. So usually we'll have enough people that will find at least something that they can connect with. So, and we'll be doing more Laker games. I actually do quite a few Laker games in the evening because that's usually who comes up. And even if I'm a Blazer fan, I'm not a hater. So Lakers are much better than the Blazers. But it's a great community. It really is. We got a lot of special people, and I definitely try to keep the vibe. So that means I have to boot out people, and we're not making as much on the donos or the views or the subs. We just want to make sure we have the right type of people to grow. We don't want people just trolling, and a lot of people have gone through depression, anxiety, and a lot of tough times. So we just want to make sure we have a good place where people can come and hang out and have a good time and not have to worry about some dickhead trolls that come in and ruin it for everyone else. So, but as you get bigger, I mean, you're going to have to deal with it, but we try to regulate the best we can. So, plus you're going to get amazing HD 4K photos, which no one else does. So that's another reason to come back.
This would be our dream date.
We share our favorite McDonald's order.
And we start with a cheers. You're crazy.
Let's sprinkle in some CJ Stroud.
Here with market expertise, we put to work for you. Here for it are, because that's who you are.
At Buffalo Wild Wings, the deals don't stop. Buy one, get one half off Wing Tuesdays. Buy one, get one free bonus Thursdays. And 3 to 6 happy hour deals.
We'll see how it goes, because obviously, with CJ Stroud and Bryce Young, with the talent that they had in college, right, with people going to the NFL. But if you're going from 3 guys, that are NFL wide receivers, and then you go to the Colts, if you're CJ Stroud, and you don't really have a lot of people to throw to, you got Michael Pittman Jr., but that's kind of it. I mean, based off talent, he's not going to be able to save the organization right away. They still are going to need to add pieces. And same thing goes with Bryce Young. If you pick him there, it's not going to turn everything around right away. I mean, it's a good, block and a starting point, but you definitely need to get better receivers and tight ends. And I think hopefully they will, you know what I mean? But they need more. So.
So let us focus on the how. Just tell us, what's your why?
But this is a nice QB. I actually like CJ more than Bryce. Bryce's size is concerning to me. How many guys are short that can be like 5'9" to 6'1" that actually can pan out? We had Russell Wilson and Drew Brees. Are we that confident, like 100%, that Bryce is not going to fail, or he might not be as good as he was in college? I don't know. The escapability will be big, but being able to see over those big offensive linemen, anytime you're a shorter QB, there's going to be some concerns. So I think more teams are a little bit more comfortable with CJ because he's a little bit taller and whatnot. But again, if you are talented, you can still be 6 foot and dominate. We've seen Drew Brees and we've seen Russell Wilson. So maybe Bryce is the next.
Come on out. I'm on it.
But one thing is for sure, those two are going to be much better than Levis or Richardson. I know that those guys are getting a lot of hype right now, but I'm not really sold on those other 2 quarterbacks. Can they end up being a name? Possibly, but I wouldn't pick them. All right, let's go through the photos here one last time, and then we'll wrap it up. John Morant, awesome graphic. Just couldn't come up at the very, very end, and we'll throw up some photos here for Candace. A little Joe Montana action. That'll make you smile. The good old days in the 80s. 80s, early 90s. Good old Jerry, the GOAT. But I hope CJ and Bryce both pan out. I really do. When the league needs them. Here, we'll throw up a Bryce. We got to throw up at least one Bryce photo. I can't just talk about CJ and not talk about Bryce. We got to make sure we get that representation up here. At least one photo. There we go.
Welcome back to SportsCenter. Neil and Ashley and this crew. How do you compete with that? KD made his debut on Wednesday. 23 points. Devin Booker would shine bright. 37 points. Let's see what they do in this game in Chicago.
He's a clutch player. I'll give him that. Just a little undersized. All right, guys. Well, I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. Appreciate everyone coming through and hanging out. Everyone that watched on Twitter. If you guys liked the video, shared the video, donated, commented, you guys are the best. Final score, Nuggets 113, Grizzlies 97. And then we'll be back tomorrow either for one of the NBA matchups on Saturday, which will either be XFL matchup or we're going to do the Sixers and Bucks at 5:30, two of the three best teams in the East. So we'll probably do a poll in the morning, and then we'll decide if we do XFL or that NBA game. So, and then on Sunday, we have NASCAR and then AEW Revolution, Bryan Danielson versus MJF. Yes, please sign me up. Sarah, the best mod in the business. Appreciate you. Kofa in the building, Candace in the building, all you guys, I appreciate you very, very much. Reflect as well. And I got one question for you. Who you know talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and I'm out. Gang.